That's better. Hello everyone and welcome to ALR Bronze. 3 nights in a row. Goodness me then. We're all very keen tonight to get going, aren't we? And this is the third round of Bronze. And of course we are doing a shorter season for Bronze, aren't we? Because we want to keep it in line with the Silver and Gold calendars. Albeit Gold had some technical difficulties on last Sunday, the Sunday before, something like that. But so we will catch up with the Spanish Grand Prix in the week's break we've got as well. And also Bronze will be in action that week as the Silver, as we'll be racing in Silverstone, the home of motorsport as well. And well done to Farf tonight, done absolutely splendid job of getting everyone in. Really good stuff indeed then. And also sharing the stream, which also helps me as well, because it takes me about half an hour, like almost like halfway through the race. I'm like, oh, I should have really shared the stream, shouldn't I really? You can see it's an absolutely gorgeous day of full racing here tonight, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed that is, and I'm really glad that you're all joining us tonight. And at the moment we have 50 seconds into the session. No cars have emerged on the circuit just yet, which obviously they must be waiting for the drivers and the constructors standings, and I will give it to you right now. In the driver's standings, and Energetics is leading, but well, I say he's leading, he's only leading just because of just because I didn't sort the drivers out really. So oh goodness me, well done. Before we even get to the driver's standings, there is rain at the end of the race. Forza, my Ted Krawick's here tonight, is just informed me we got a sprinkling of rain for the end of the session there. We've got both Mercedes coming on track. Oh, but there's a Toro Rosso. No, there's two Toro Rossos coming out there. Goodness me. I know we are about to get going now. Yeah, I was going to say, that feels quite an age, doesn't it really? Not as bad as how it used to be. If anyone remembers the good old days of Formula 1 where you used to have to wait like 20 to 30 minutes before a car came out on track, especially in this qualifying session. Was it 98 where it was absolutely bucketed it down? I think for the first 40 minutes basically we sat here not doing anything, weren't we? Because it was raining. It was waiting for the cars, just waiting for the rain to abate, but it obviously didn't, did it? Giancarlo Fisichella, I think, got on pole position that day. Fantastic day that was for the Italian in the Benetton Play Life, I think it was. I think it was just old Renaults, wasn't it? Badge Play Life. Good stuff indeed there. Going back to the constructors and drivers, shall we? In the driver's stand, so it's all square at the top. Energetics and Amazing Steel are heading the top of the table. They haven't won a race yet, so is that going to change here tonight then? F1 Legend did win the first race. He hasn't raced so since then. He is in third position there. Con, what a drive last week there. Absolutely fantastic. Stellar drive in there from Con. Brilliant stuff indeed. It was absolutely mesmerising. Really good stuff indeed then. And he has moved up 14 positions actually. He's got to fourth. Fantastic stuff. Velocity, who we're actually watching now, is in fifth position. He's dropped down 3 positions. Sean Hammers is in sixth with 4 to 7. Mazda in 8th position. 9th is Gurman. 10th is Blazen. And that is it for the drivers' course. So it's going to be all change up and down the drivers, isn't there, before they start to stabilise out. We're only into round 2 tonight. Round 3, I should say. Alfa Romeo 1-2 for Alfa Romeo in Spain was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? It was brilliant, and wow, great driving from both Amazing Steel and Con, and they have flown to the top of the constructors, jumping up 3 positions as well. Good stuff. They got a 14-point lead over Haas, who was second. Then McLaren have dropped down the third. They were Toro Rosso also dropping down 3 positions in 4th position. Williams is as you were in 5th position. Red Bull and Mercedes have swapped position as well, 12 and 10 points respectively. Ferrari have moved off the bottom part of the table then. They're 8th, and Racing Point 9th, and Renault completes the top 10 then. And talking to complete, here comes that. Oh, Velocity there, shaving my hair. I do need a haircut. I've got to say, I look very interesting. I look like Bon Jovi. As Velocity now is gone fast at the moment, but Mazda second fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed there from both Toro Rossos there. Mazda sporting the air and center helmet, which is absolutely brilliant tribute as well. Dead Rabbit has gone full fast, but Maiko is racing for the third time here tonight. Goodness me. That man is good at the Austria like the back of his hand, is it? Here comes Cheyenne. He has moved up into second position in the Rocket Williams there. Good stuff indeed. Then we've got the Ferrari coming up to the lights part. He is just about to start us up. Good stuff indeed then. As we got my Toro Rosso. That is an absolutely fantastic name. Oh, that's going to tickle me all night. Oh dear. I really should have looked at the entry list really and just kind of composed myself. But yeah, that's going to tickle me now for a very long time. Just being has gone off into the over the fly Emirates side now, as he is just going wide. Then Ayrton is gone into 8th position at the moment. Sean Hammers is still the slowest so far. Collins on track. Curly Red has started us up as well. Gurman coming into the line. Gurman's gone into a very respective 5th position so far. Fantastic stuff indeed. Lucius is invalidated this time, and here comes Toro Mai Rosso coming up with the grid hatches as well. That is fantastic. I love that name. Really good stuff indeed. They come through the final turn then in the Renault then, and DRS right on the moment. We've got yellow flags that fluctuate in Sector 1 and Sector 3, and Mai Rosso goes up into 3rd fastest mode. Car 69 as well then. Good stuff. And Lucius there is invalidated. Time to have to go around again. Then we've also seen someone else jump up a couple positions as well. I think that was Blas who has moved up a couple positions. Also Collins is up there as well. We got Curly Red then flying through the 2nd sector as well. Then he is done a 46.2 in the middle sector as well. Then look at how much steering input he's doing here from Curly Red. Then as a lovely shot here from Curly as we're on board with the side there as well. Curly's been very unlucky in the first 2 races, hasn't he? I think in Monza he was having a good old scrap as well, wasn't he? Before all came undone, and again in where's it? Spain last week as well. But he's 10th fast mode. Good stuff indeed. That amazing steal there is doing an amazing first half sector there. Good stuff indeed. That Sim Racer there was just chilling in the pits moment. We'll leave him to it, shall we? He's making his debut alongside Toro Mai Rosso as well, and I think that so those are the only 2 debutants here tonight. Then as we're on board for Mason Steele, then coming out of turn 3 as well. Let me just lean over and check on the comments, shall we? Hello all, let's go Racing Point. That is from Emerson, of course, and his brother Ayrton is driving in the Racing Point here tonight, isn't he? He's currently 12 fast mode, just chilling in the pits as well. As you go over the crest, and that red out there is right on the racing line. Oh dear of Collins, and I think Collins is actually on a lap there, so so that shouldn't be too bad. I thought he was on an in lap really, but no, Collins is still trying to go faster. Amazing steal there. Must have got impeded there, unfortunately. But that's the nature of this track, really, isn't it? It's the shortest track in terms of time. Anyway, look at this. We're floating on the 65-second mark there. It's such a quick blast around the Red Bull ring. It used to be known as the A1 ring, and it used to be known as the Österreich ring, didn't it? Blast has just gone into 4th fastest again. Then lovely shot from the rear ring of the Williams. How beautiful. I love a good onboard shot. Here comes Lucius coming into the hairpin now. Then lovely shot there as well. I do love a good old camera shot. We got Becca Jones then, the usual Curly Red and Sean Hammers for the win comment. Absolutely good stuff as well. We've also got some, I think there's some Welsh flags as well then, as the dragon is flying high tonight. Beautiful. I love it. And we've also got David Smith then, Curly, and I think that's a dab, is it? That is a dab. I think that's the best emoji I've ever said that. And I would do a dab right now, but I've hurt my shoulder, so I'm not going to do that. And I've hurt my shoulder because I lay on it funny, so you know, I'm getting old now, and when you sleep funny, you know that you're getting old when you sleep, and you get injured being in your sleep, isn't it? Of course, I do have an extreme sleep. Here comes Energetics, and he is just coming out of the 2nd turn as well. We've also got Granty. Hello, my husband. How was you? Go Williams and Ayrton. I am very well on this lovely fine afternoon here. Unfortunately, this is day 2 of my monster rehab, and I've got to say I'm feeling the effects now. Here comes Energetics, and he's come through the final turn, and he goes into fastest so far. Good stuff indeed. Is a 10th of a second in front of Velocity, and I've got to say, how are you, Granty, of course, as my beautiful wife. Lucia Sarah's coming out to the hairpin as well, and lovely stuff indeed, and accelerating out of the hairpin, and away he goes then. So at the moment we've got 3 cars to answer at a time. At the moment, Sean Hammers is the slowest car. He's 3 seconds off the pace of Ayrton at the moment. Ayrton is 0.4 of a second away from Dead Rabbit. I expect those I expect some improvements in this session. Of course, the track will rubber in. This track is used quite often, though, isn't it? So it's not one of those tracks like Australia, for example, which basically gets used hardly ever, or Monaco, for example. It does get used quite heavily, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't take too long to get rubbered in and get going, does it? As they come over the crest of the hill again, and lovely shot. I love that shot over the crest here, isn't it? Because they've kept that shot for since they returned to Austria in '97, didn't they? I love it as well, as you can just see underneath the cars. Lucius goes 12 fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed. Then Gunnar is still in the pits at the moment, isn't he? As our favourite Irishman. Goodness me, then I thought Energetics was going to turn into Sim. Here we're on board now with Sim as well, as he is in the Racing Point, and he must be I wonder if he's got any nerves or no nerves at all. What is carrying Jenson Button's number and Lewis Hamilton's number when they both won their first titles in Formula 1 there. Of course, also Pedro Del Rosa held that number a year later, and unfortunately it didn't do him too much good. But nonetheless, that car, the 22 number, very synonymous with Jenson Button these days as well. Ayrton is back out on track. Dead Rabbit's in the pits. We've got Sean Hammers out on track as well. We're keeping on what Sean Hammers does. He's 3/10 of a second up in the first sector. Accelerates around. We got 3 DRS zones around this circuit. We got 1 on the start finish straight, 1 on the back straight between turn 1 and 2, and also this right here, turn 2 and 3. Of course, we had some incredible racing, didn't we, last night in Silver. It got a bit too close, didn't it? And a very and it was banging. The 2 leaders was banging wheels, rubbing wheels, and unfortunately, 00 and Poorly Orange got a bit too close for comfort there, and that was unfortunate there for 00. But a great first time win here for 00, maybe the first of many. He was hazard against. Look at that Haas there understeering. That car just didn't want to turn, did it? While he's making it turn, isn't it? As he comes through there, you go with the grid hatches now, and Sean Hammers goes 13 fast mode. Lovely stuff indeed. What about Ayrton? Ayrton is back in the pits, and I think it's a good time to just talk about how narrow this pit lane is, and I thought he was going to steer into the back of his teammate there, and that wouldn't go off to a good foot. Would have gone off with a good foot, would it? Forza, my goodness me, Forza, who unfortunately didn't get a chance of qualifying last time, did he? As unfortunately, his electric went, didn't he? So that was a bit of a that wasn't very electrifying for him, was it? Ha 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 ha. He comes out on the back straight now then as well. And you can see this track is surrounded by trees, isn't it? Well, Forza's 2/10 second now. He's done 4 laps on these soft tires, hasn't he? Forza's. I reckon that he owes Pirelli a bit of money, doesn't he? Because he's obviously not keen on using all the tires just yet. But bearing in mind, Forza is thinking about the long game. And why is he thinking about the long game? Well, because in the qualifying, because it's such a short track, you can probably go for 3 runs in qualifying 3, and that might pay dividends. And Toro My Rosso has gone fastest there. He's 2/10 of a second in front of Energetics, and my goodness me, this Davidson is really not only got the best name, he has also got some speed in there as well, and he's got the best time at the moment in the first qualifying. Here comes Gunnar, our favorite Irishman, the man who has got the most starts in ALR history in terms of 46 starts, and absolutely fantastic stuff. Of course, that is in the gold division. Really good stuff indeed from Gunnar, and as he is now decided to move to Tuesday nights, and he is in the Ferrari as well. So our favourite Irishman then, and we've got yellow flags fluttering in 2 and 3 at the moment as well. Then see, look at I'm as he's now dropping downhill as well. I got to say, I do love I love these old school tracks as well, isn't it? You can see, look all the gravel there on the outside. That's what you need, don't you? You don't need all these massive runoff areas, do you? In the likes of Abu Dhabi and in Bahrain and places like that, you just need a bit of gravel there, don't you? It really deters the drivers there. I think you probably need a bit of gravel there out in turn 8 and turn 9 really, but there you are. It used to be gravel because Schumacher lost the whole of the front wing element, didn't he, back in 98. Gunnar is gone 17 fast mode. That is not enough to get through. So of course we've got 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session, so there is 3 qualifying sessions in all of ALR leagues. So there's Q1, Q2, Q3. The first qualifying session is Gunnar's taking out the polystyrene there, and oh my goodness me, he's almost going well off the track there. Of course you have to really do a good really make a mistake there to get hit in the barrier there. Is Dead Rabbit there getting very close to the oh, he's invalidated his time, Dead Rabbit has, so that is unfortunately. He's going to have to go around again, unfortunately, the Mercedes. What about Collins? What's he doing? Well, Collins is in this second sector as well. Yellow flag is fluttering there, so Renault that is just cruising and gets out of his teammates way. Absolutely lovely stuff. That's Toro My Rosso. I love it. Coming into the turn 9 as well then, as you can see, lovely shot there, not going over the curves this time for Collins. He comes up to the line. He is 15 fast, but look how close it is. Oh goodness me, and just like I said, that someone has jumped right up. Curly Red has actually jumped up in the 4th position. Good stuff indeed there from the Red Bull driver. Lovely stuff there, flying the flag for the home team here tonight. Of course, the Austrian company of Red Bull. Velocity's back out as well. He's 202nd down. Cheyenne is done 3 laps on those tires, and so it's Mason Seal as well then, as he's just getting out of the way. Here comes Mazda. Oh, Mazda there is invalidated his time then. What about Lucia said? As gosh, sorry, I heard my voice saying gosh, that is absolutely appalling. How do you guys sit through all this? Is beyond me. My gosh. Here comes Lucia Sennis. He's coming on the back straight as well then, coming up into turn 2 then. Of course, we had a horrific smash here in 2002. I think it was Nick Heupfeld, wasn't it, that I think his rear brake snatched, didn't it, or something like that, and spun and went into the side of Sato at Search Force there. It was a scary old incident, wasn't it, when Sato was in his debut season as well, driving for Jordan. I gotta say, when he drove for Jordan, he wasn't wasn't the most spectacular of drivers, was he? But he did hang around for a couple of seasons, didn't he? Driving for BAR in the 2004 and 5 as well, didn't he? Before going to the Super Aguri team for 2006, 7 and 8, and I think that's where he ended his career halfway through 2008, unfortunately, wasn't it, for Takuma Sato? And that was one man who I wasn't expecting to talk about tonight, was Takuma Sato, but there we go. That's just my random and that's just my random, my random, like, you know, talking out and about, like, kind of stuff. Sean Hammers is just 75 tenths of a second down at the moment, and I've just had a quick look, and oh yeah, so Energetics just said my party is open. I am a nice guy, but yes, I agree. My party is always open everywhere, but I don't think it should be open tonight. It's because we could have anyone that might come in the back door, kind of thing, and surprise me. So yeah, don't worry, we'll close the party in just a few moments' time. Then I'm usually a very accommodating man. I usually love everyone to be in my party, but tonight is not the night for a party. Tonight is the night for action, isn't it? As you can see then, and now my party is private, just like that. Of course, said my producer there doing a very good job there of keeping me on the straight and narrow. Thanks for that. Far good stuff indeed. Then that's glad you're saying stay strong, my darling. I believe in you. We've also a love emoji as well. Of course, brilliant. Something called Scranty. Also be cheering on the Williams boys tonight. Whilst Emerson is actually cheering on the old Racing Point, isn't it? And Becca is cheering on Sean Hammers and Curly Red. Then I'm loving all the support then as well. And also I think David Smith is also cheering on Curly as well. I love it as well then. As we got Breddy Sorted. Love you. Oh, thank you. I love you too. Excellent. I gotta say, that's a nice comment, isn't it? I wish I had that kind of comments on Valentine's Day. But don't worry, I cannot be picky these days, especially with lockdown and everything. Here comes Lucius, who's on track. He's done 3 laps on those soft tyres. 10th a second off. Sim is in the second sector. Sim making his debut. Goodness me, that he's taken a lot of the track there, hasn't he? Wow, he's taken all kinds of liberty with the track limits there. Oh goodness me, then we've only got a minute and a half to go. Wow, and where's that time gone? And I think I'll start to talk about qualify before I completely went off on a tangent there, didn't I? But yeah, of course, there were 3 parts of qualifying. This is the first part of qualifying. We're aiming to lose the bottom 5 drivers, and so this qualifying session is only to line up 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. At the moment, then it's Ayrton, then it's Dead Rabbit, then it is Gunnar, followed by Collins and Sean Hammers as well. Then Gurman has just dropped in, moved himself into full position. Gunnar's back out on track. We've also got Collins, who's 5 tenths a second down, and Sean Hammers as well. Just B is actually just in the pits at the moment, and he's not really too keen on going back out, isn't it? As well as we're just watching, there's a fight over me. Gosh, I'm blushing. Oh, stop it, guys. Somebody's coming out with a turn 7 as well. Sean Hammers is before coming up away, and we've got 2 more corners to go then here in Austria. Of course, on the track map it does say 10 corners. It is 9. I know you all get bored of me ranting about this, but I'm kind of like I do like to keep everything accurate and all that kind of stuff. Sean Hammers is not having a good time out there, is he? He is. That is it for Sean Hammers, and unfortunately he has crossed the line, but he's ruined this lap and the lap he's got afterwards. What about Collins? Collins is a second down as well, but it's all or nothing for Collins now. And what about Gunnar? Where he is? There he is. Car 83 then has become synonymous with the Irishman as well, along with the white and green helmet design as well. He is the most famous Irishman to drive in the Ferrari. Oh goodness me, he's also the most famous Irishman to go in the wall there. Oh dear, and that has damaged the front wing there of the Ferrari. And oh Gunnar, what a shame then. He was giving it his all there, and unfortunately he is coming into the pits. Well, we've had a couple of Toro Rossos go off there in the past, haven't we? I think Fiat was has gone into the wall there. I think he went straight on at turn 9, didn't he? So did Rosberg as well at one season as well. Gunnar out of qualifying. I think Collins is out as well. He's a 10th for a second up. I shouldn't discount Collins yet. No, by any stretch of the imagination as well. Just B also on track as well. Oh, Collins is invalidated this time. That's it for Collins. He is out. Just B is oh my goodness, 8 thousandths of a second up at the moment. Dead Rabbit is very much on the cusp as well. He is 10th for a second down then. He needs an almighty second sector. Well, that's good enough. Well, that's good enough, but it's not good enough to get out of qualifying. Look at this. He's 4/10 of a second away from Gunnar alone then. He needs, oh gosh, yeah, he needs almost 8/10 of a second. Can he get in the final turn as well? This is the last corner, and we are coming through now, and let's see what he can do then. We're on board of it. DRS is wide open. Is it enough? Not quite, but he's gained 2/10 of a second there. Fantastic stuff indeed then. We've also got Just B, and we've also got Ayrton as well. We're on board. Ayrton, I think it's they're slowing down. I think that's it. That is it. Ayrton, it's out qualifying as well, unfortunately, and that is a shame then, isn't it? So we have lost then in this qualifying session. We're on board with Ayrton, who is 20th on the grid then. 19th is Dead Rapper, 18th is Gunnar, 17th is Collins, and 16th is Hammers. And those are our bottom 5 here tonight then. As I'm just on board with Ayrton. This will be the last time we see Ayrton in qualifying, but don't worry, Ayrton fans, he will be back in the race as well, and I'm sure that he would like to definitely very much get in the mixer, won't he, with what is going to go on. But what about Ayrton's teammate? Well, it's Ayrton's teammate making his debut tonight. That is Sim. He is currently in 12th position. Good stuff for Sim then. We'll see him in qualifying too in just a few moments time. As long as he gets the car back to the pits in one piece, that is, of course, and he should be able to. I know the bars are quite close then, but unfortunately he is running out of fuel there, hasn't he? And I think he might be demonstrating the yaw on those cars, isn't he? You can see the back end is sticking up there, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed there. It's like a very happy dog, isn't it? Wagging its tail, and it's good stuff indeed there, isn't it? Of course, the Red Bull team was the team that really introduced the yaw, an extreme yaw as well, didn't it? Especially around the 2015-16 season, wasn't it, where it really became very noticeable, didn't it? As a Sim there is just doing a bit of weaving and practicing his formation techniques and ready for the formation lap, which is the lap before the start of the Grand Prix as well. And so Sim is coming into the pits then as well then, as of course said, we need to double the energy of the commentary. Oh gosh, I think we do, don't we? I'll need to step a little bit then. Grant is saying wait for Q3. We've also got salty bread. Do you like bread? I love bread. I do love bread as well. Yeah, I love what's it? Whole grain, isn't it? I don't know. I just know that it's on the side. I just pick it up and eat it. I am Leet 16. He's not too happy there. Hammers isn't. We've also got Becca saying what a lap from Curly, and also having a Saturday Night Fever emoji there as well. Grant is asking if you like salt on it. Goodness me then. It's Reaper there, and Granze, pole position, Sebastian. Jake Wilson say Just B was lucky again then, and rarely I hear that. Anyway then, so we're now just going into the bottom 5 then. So Ayrton out of qualifying, also out of qualifying is Dead Rabbit. Maslutz is left for session, that's not good at all. Gunnar in 18th position, Collins in 17th, and Sean Hammers is in 16th position then. Those are the bottom 5 drivers then. We're now going to go into qualifying 2 then. Qualifying 2 is is where the strategy really comes into play then. Of course, the bottom 5 once again will be knocked out of qualifying, but it's but the top 10 must start on the tires, which they set their fast time on the exact tires as well. It was all soft last night, wasn't it? Are we going to have any variance of strategy here tonight? Well, let's find out, shall we? Air to say just about start lap. So thank you to the person who parked in turn 1. As Jake Wilson saying, the gap between Just B and Sean Hammers was 1/1000th of a second there. Goodness gracious me, that the closest you can get by 3 decimal places there. Blimey, that was I was going to say crikey actually, but blimey, that was incredible, wasn't it? As I quickly get all the stats up, and we'll be going again, shall we then? So we're into qualifying 2 then. There is a threat of a rain shower around Spielberg tonight then, so but I don't think that's coming until later on in the session is what I'm being told then. So as Maz just got kicked for some reason. I assure you that wasn't us, Maz. We want you in this session. We want you racing. And of course, the Italian Grand Prix for Maz was absolutely amazing, wasn't it? It's a brilliant start there, wasn't it? He cannoned off the third row of the grid there. Absolutely flew into turn 1 there. And it was an incredible display from Maz. It really was indeed then. So we're now into qualifying 2 then, as Collins has now left the session as well then. I wonder if Collins might be going to have a tinker of a setup then, perhaps. Who knows then? Here comes Energetics and Car 96, the man who is a joint leading the Drivers' Championship with Amazing Steel at the moment then, and he is on the medium compound tyre then. So that is smack bang in between the 3 compounds, I should say. which of course is the soft, medium and hard tyres then, and we might even see the inters and wets then later on in the session. But I've got to say, at the moment we've got glorious sunshine out there, haven't we? We have spoken about the weather quite, oh goodness me, Energetics, I think he must have been looking down there, but he's got obviously more talent than Maldonado, because I think when Maldonado looked down, didn't he? He spun off, didn't he? Unfortunately, Chinese Grand Prix, I think it was 2014, 15 perhaps, I think it was 15 actually, wasn't it? Energetics is not even going to be interested in that one iota at all then, as now it's Collins just said my F1 is crashed there. Hopefully he can get back in just a few moments. We're just watching Energetics, and it's hopefully his F1 doesn't crash, and hopefully his car doesn't crash either. Flicks it into turn 1, and now he's away then. Let's go on board with the championship leader, shall we? DRS right on the money, and then straight with it. Look at this, we're carried up into turn 2 as well. I think this is the Collins is back in the session. Fantastic looking, breaking just before the 100-meter board then, and look at how much steering input he's got to put then on that on the steering wheel then. DRS available then, right on the money then. See his that coming up, and look at this, he's got a friend his way through the traffic. Oh goodness me then, and he has to brake then just for the 100-meter board again then, doesn't he, before coming down into turn 3 as well then, before accelerating away then. And of course it's just a gentle curve, a gentle right curve before a very difficult downhill braking point as well then. Well, wasn't even much of a braking point, was it, now, before it's stamping on the accelerator, and he's away there. You see, giving the curb a lot of respect there. Very good stuff indeed. Then coming over the crest of the hill before he launch it into turn 9 and 10. Then a lot of curb edge there, and into turn 10 as well. Then he's got to make sure that sausage curve doesn't launch him. Oh, the back end was trying to step out, but that is still enough. And Energetics is fast at the moment on the medium compound tire then. But I got to say, that was very perilous at some stages in that lap, wasn't it? Goodness me then. Getting very concerned as well. It's just taking a look there. I think we got a Mercedes coming through. We got Mike then, who is just it's about 8 times, so he's going to have to go around again, I think. What about the Ferrari? Ferrari is in the pits then. So Lucius is going to have to go around again. What about German? German is on the medium tire as well, and he's coming for, oh my goodness me! Well, that's more than shaved my head. He's knocked my head off then. German has gone second fast mode. He's 5 tenths of a second away from Energetics then. What about the Williams crew then? And that is Cheyenne. Wow, he's on the soft tires and there's no mess about with Cheyenne. He has gone faster on an 051 then. This is such a short lap around here, isn't it? I think that might be the reason why we had all soft runners in last night's qualified session. Is that going to be the same here tonight? Marcellus has gone 5th fast when we've got Alfa Romeo just beyond as well. Con, remember the winner in Spain, a fantastic win as well for 96. And the comments were cheering him on last night. It was brilliant stuff. Con is currently 5th fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed then. We got a Renault coming up as well then. Is it my Toro Rosso? Sorry, is it Toro My Rosso? It is indeed then, and he is currently 8th fast. Mason Steele's just gone in front of him. It's gone in front of his teammate there, but only just then. And just B there is of course, I think I just read in the comments there, I think it's from Wilson saying he was lucky. Well, he's over the third now, isn't it? Good stuff there from just B then. Good pace there from the McLaren driver. Lovely stuff indeed there. Well, Blas then, he is in the second sector as well. That is the Red Bull. Blas is pulling over to us as the side of the track then. He had a nightmare race in Spain, didn't he, Blas? So hopefully he can get himself back on it as well then. As so far in the season then, Blas has had a very good 6th position there. But once again, the two races he's had so far, Blas has been mirrored. It's had just all kinds of issues so far, hasn't he? Lovely shot here from the rear wing of the Rocket. Williams, and he's coming out of turn 1 and get over the seat. He's in Varney this time again. We'll leave Blas to it for a minute then, as that is unfortunate. So let's go on board with Sim then, as he is in his debut. And I'm loving that helmet there. Of course, we always have to talk about helmet in the qualifying sessions, don't we? And let's take a look at Sim's helmet, shall we? And of course, I do appreciate a good helmet. A little bit of gold there, and he's got the Austrian flag on there. I love that. Maybe I'm not sure if that's deliberate or not, but hats off there from Sim as well. Of course, we had our own Austrian driver of 00 last night, didn't he? He got pole position in this very car, but unfortunately the race didn't go too well, did it, for 00. And of course we had a first time winner in Paulie Orange, so fantastic stuff. The start of the future Paulie Oranges, and I have a feeling that if he is in silver next season, then he is going to be a mighty player to take that crown, isn't he? Of course, with Glock already winning the championship, championship. I gotta say, bronze, we have no idea who's going to win the championship, though. It's just brilliant, and it's so nip and tuck. We've had 2 winners in the first 2 rounds, then. Is anyone going to be able to take the advantage? And what about Energetics? He's been on the podium he's the only one to be on the podium in the first 2 races so far. Here comes Sim. He is in 9th position so far. Smack bang in the middle. And Sim's got some decent pace then. Mazlitz is done improved by 8/10 of a second, then, but he's going to have to go around again. Blas is a third time's a charm. Here comes Lucius then coming out of turn 2, and he's now dropping down into turn 4 as well then. Car 30 is Lucius is then, and both Ferraris had a very difficult time in Barcelona, didn't they? But Lucius got a gold point there, didn't he? And so that was good. That was good there for the Ferrari team, wasn't it? And so can Lucius there build on those points as well. Remember, this is such a short season, isn't it? You hear about in the media about there can be no jokers in the real world of Formula 1, is there? And that's exactly the same in bronze, isn't it? Because it's such a short season, only 10 races in bronze, so you can't really rest on your laurels, can you? You have to be in it to win it straight away, and it makes the racing much more interesting, doesn't it? But I do say more races the merrier for me, because the more cars on track, the better. Blas is invalidated again there. He's being very scrubbing tonight, Blas. Is this thing? We're back on board with the Williams driver, and we'll leave him to it. And here comes Velocity. Lovely over the shoulder shot from Velocity. Had a difficult day in Barcelona, didn't he, Velocity? Unfortunately, he had a DNF there to his name as well. But of course, the first race, he had a great race, didn't he? And up into came home in 2nd position in the end, didn't he? So let's see if Velocity can get back on the horse as well. We're on board the Toro Rosso at the moment. He jumps over the full fastest. He is the highest man who is qualified on the medium tyre so far. The 2 up in front of him, I think, were on the soft tyres, weren't they, if I'm not very much mistaken, which I probably am. Blas has invalidated again. Blas has. He is really struggling out there at the moment, the Williams drivers. We've had all cars then who have set a time, but Toro Rosso, who is, who I got to say, I think if we had a competition for best PSN, I think that has to really take the biscuit, doesn't it? He's coming to turn 2 as well then. We are just about halfway through qualifying. I got to say, actually, talking of biscuits, a very interesting fact about my day. I've discovered today that I am a cream cracker. So that is brilliant stuff indeed then. So I'm very happy with that. Was I a cream cracker or was I a jammy dodger? I don't know, actually. Now, I think I might have been a jammy dodger. I took the test twice, so I was one of those 2. But you obviously have to take the first. Obviously, you have to take the first result, don't you? But yeah, that's the most interesting part about my day. Is that I've discovered that I'm either a custard cream or a jam tart or a cream cracker. I don't even know what I am, to be honest. But yep, that is yep, that's as exciting as my life is at the moment, and that's why I sound so excited when we come into Formula 1 racing as well, isn't it? And of course, remember the next season for bronze, next season for silver, next season for gold. It'll be the second season for both silver and bronze. It'll be the 4th season for gold. Then Toro Rosso has gone up into 6th position as well on the medium compound tire. We've got a red ball in the back. I think it's curly orange, isn't it? It's curly orange, curly red. Then I've just merged a guy from silver and a guy from bronze. Oh, he's gone white then, but he's still away there. Good 17 there from curly red. Then he's on the soft tires. But yes, so next season then we'll have Formula 1 2020 for both silver and bronze for their 2nd season. That is going to be tough, isn't it? All 22 races then, and that is a very long season, isn't it, to get it right then. And gold in its 4th season as well will also be on 2020 and also have all 22 races as well, which I'm sure is not even an announcement really, is it? But there we go. And there we go. That's just kind of just filling in the blanks for you if any of you guys was interested at all. Yellow flag coming up into turn 3 as well. Just watching curly red in the 2nd sector. Breaded Salty, they're saying Velocity is the hottest man. He will be buzzing with that then. Oh goodness me, Velocity is the hottest man by Tavis, and I gotta say, with a name like Velocity, I think he is going to be the hottest man. He's definitely a quick man, isn't he? With a lot of velocity. I really should have. I'm gonna have to go on Google define. I'm gonna have to just go to Google and just make sure that word is what I think it means. Mazda self-possessed again. Cord is in trouble. He is only in 12th position for Mazda. I hope the connection issues doesn't cause any problems there for Mazda. Then as Tavis has just sent me a load of fire emojis, and this track is on fire at the moment, isn't it? But I think that it might be cooled down with a bit of weather there from the mountains there as well. Here comes Mike then, lovely over the shoulder shot as well from Mike then. Mike's been a very busy bee, hasn't he? I think he, as I said in the earlier on, he's been involved in all 3 races. I'm sure he has car 29, and let's see what he's doing then. And I gotta say, he's made steady progress, hasn't he? He's done very good indeed. Mazda is back in the session. He's got 4.5 minutes there to get a qualifying flying time in then. Here comes Mike then coming over the curb, and now as he rises up the hill then before the hill drops down into turn 9, 10 as well, but it looks like he is coming in the pits. He is indeed then. So we leave him to it then. Amazing Steel is a 10 for a second up then. Colin is coming through. He's invited this time. Colin has, oh goodness me. We'll leave him to it. Amazing Steel then is a 10 for a second up. He is currently scraping through at the moment with 4 minutes to go at this qualifier. So that's a car 14 then. Accelerates now turn 4. The very difficult turn 4 as well then. Here is the second section. Oh, it's so beautiful to get it right. It's the yellow flag then. That's a Ferrari of Lucius there on an outlap. Don't worry about that. Purple second section 2, 6 tenths of a second up, I should say. Wow, good 70 then. That'll get him smack bang in the top 5, I think. Then he comes out there. We're back on board with Steele then as he comes through turn 9, and beautiful. Look at that, and the way he moves that steering wheel was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it? But that's like a work of art, and that is a work of art as well. That's a quality lap there. Collins is emphasizing again as well. Oh goodness me then. As Amazing Steel has gone fast. It's good 70. Blaz is a second up then. So can Blaz there shake off the issues? As I thought that was a call off the track then. Shake off the issues he's got then, and we go from there then. So Blaz is on the lap. I think the Ferrari of Lucius is just behind as well. He's on the medium tires still, Lucius. Blaz has gone to the soft tires now in the Williams then, as I was going to say Williams Renault then, I'm a couple of years behind there, aren't I? As Blas then is flying through the middle section. Of course, Williams was last powered by the Renault engines around the factory. I think it was 2013, wasn't it? Yeah, of course, Williams had a fantastic combination, had a fantastic working relationship in the mid-90s, didn't they? It was fantastic, wasn't it? Unfortunately, that was the last time Williams ever won a drivers and constructors title, wasn't it? It was Jacques Villeneuve back in 97 as well. Blas is not interested in that. He's only interested in that time, and that's a good time there from Blas. He is fastest in qualifying too, and it's kept him. Oh, Lucius had a problem again then. 2.5 minutes ago. That time is becoming his enemy, becoming all the guys' enemies there out there at the moment, isn't it? Here comes Sim, who is on the final stretch of the oh, he's 3 tenths of a second up in the second sector. Is he on his debut going to get through? Wow, look at that. He's on the edge there, and more than he comes into the line, and Sim goes into 7th fastest there in the racing point. Beautiful 17th then. Tor Moroso to 10th for a second up as well. Lucius is back out on track as well. And I think we got Mats is also on track as always. Collins is back in the session there on board. Toro Rosso then as we got Toro Rosso then. Mats is starting us up as well. He's down in 15th for the moment. He is very much on the back foot. Then he's going to have to get himself in there straight away. Yellow flag is fluttering in the first sector. I think it's just don't get out of the way. Then here comes Toro Rosso. He is into 4th position. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then sorry, we're going to watch Lucius first. Then car 30 in the Ferrari. He is down into turn 4, taking a long curve, and that might spam out too wide then for Lucius, but he's still on his way in. Mike is also on track as well in the Mercedes, and we are just watching the Ferraris at the moment then, and let's see what he's doing in the second sector. He's a 10th for a second down then. I think he needs an almighty final sector. He's staying on the medium tyres, Lucius is, isn't he? That might come back to haunt him, but he would love to be on the medium tyres. I want he into qualify to start the race there, won't he? Because he's gone wide. That's it right this time. He's also been chucked off, and that's both laps gone. I think both laps gone because he hasn't got the same speed as he comes over the line. Lucius might be our first casualty. Forza's also in the drop zone as well. So is Maslert, and this is a huge surprise about Maslert's emphasis. What a shame there for Maslert. Oh goodness me, this is not good at all, is it? Maslert's just coming over the line there, and that would have been enough. Oh, what a shame for Maslert. This is not good at all, is it? And hopefully he can come back in and stay back in then for the race at least then, because his qualifying has been curtailed from that. Mike has got a bit of 6 fastest. I think that's enough. Oh, Gurman there is just flown past the camera here. We're on board Forza, who is very much on the cusp of the moment. Then Forza, who started from the back in Spain, and this time hopefully be more near the front. He's second fastest. That should get him through. Lucia still on track at the moment. Con is back out on track as well. So we're going to just watch Con at the moment. And we've also got Gurman out there as well. That's 2 big names, and there's also on the cusp then of elimination in this qualifying 2 session. The checker flag has fallen. Maslers is out qualifying. What a shame. I think Velocity is out qualifying as well. Yes, Velocity is out qualifying. My goodness gracious me. Then Sim is also on the cusp, and Just B is on the cusp as well at the moment. Then we're on board there with Colin. Of course, the winner from Spain in an absolutely incredible strategy call, or And, albeit he did say that he thought it was a short qualifying there, and that was a bit of a mistake there, but my goodness me, that didn't matter, did it? Because Con was fantastic in the race, certainly in Spain. An absolutely incredible drive there from Con, and let's see what he's doing. Well, he's having an incredible lap right now there. Mazda's saying he crossed the line, he got disconnected, he crossed the line there. What a shame there for Mazda. It's absolutely horrific there, that's horrifying. And he's not, I think he's having issues there with his internet by the looks of it as well. Con coming into the line, and Mazda's back in the session. Con goes second fastest. I should see him safely through. What about German? German is up to the lead. He's about his time. He is out qualified. Oh goodness gracious me! We have lost Mazda. We have lost Lucius. We have lost German, Velocity, and Sim out of qualifying. Wow, that is absolutely surprising to say the least, isn't it? Energetic also, who's the man who is jointly the championship with Amazing Steel, and so yeah, very very close to him getting eliminated there. I say very close, about just over a tenth, just under a tenth of a second there, but he's through nonetheless. Also through is just be fantastic stuff there, and we've also got Mike through as well. Curly Red, Cheyenne, Amazing Steel, Toro, My Rosso, Forza, Mazda has joined again. Then we got Con and also Blaz. Then it's all through into qualifying 3. As we just got Wilson saying, I told you Justin is lucky this time he's through by 4,000 of a second. Then, oh goodness me, I'm going to ask him for the lottery numbers after tonight. Fantastic. In the first qualifying session he was 1,000 of a second through. Second qualifying session he is 4,000 of a second through, and Energetics has got through, the only man through on the medium compound tires. Oh, rubbing my hands, this is going to be fantastic, isn't it, for the race? Everyone else is on the medium on the soft compound tires, the red stripe as well. And Energetic said that could be a ace in the hole, couldn't it, for the race indeed. Then Reaper saying the 999 gang, and as you can see, the race has been ruined by a shocking internet connection there. Yeah, that's such a shame there. Kelly said Justin doesn't deserve his luck, only time he doesn't crash is qualifying. Ouch. Yeah, I think Brady sorted that. I love that name. Brady sorted then said qualifying is ruined by the internet connection. That really is, isn't it? Because I think Mazda possibly could have gone through there as well. Really couldn't. Oh, it is Mazda's, by the way. Yes, I apologise. I love your I do love your YouTube name. That's fantastic. It really is that. But yeah, as Energy asked him to just restart his router, but so now getting his call for free. But yeah, Brendan Sorter is using video call then as well. But so it's just ruining his connection there as well. So that's unfortunate for Mazda's. But hopefully he'll have. Hopefully the internet connection will be much better in the race as well. And here's Just B, who I gotta say is getting a bit of a anti-following here, isn't he? There's a lot of banter going on for Just B. Apparently doesn't deserve to be in qualifying 3, but my goodness me, he has shown some pace tonight, hasn't he? Of course, again through qualifying 1 by 1,000 of a second there, and then in qualifying 2 by 4,000 of a second there. Goodness gracious me, then fantastic stuff there. Really good stuff indeed. Then as we have got Velocity Game saying shoot me. Oh goodness me, it can't be that bad, can it? We've also got David Smith saying go Curly, go go go. We have also got Energetic saying he would love to. We have also got Sim saying this was a calculated P11 start. I tell myself I gotta say that's the best place you want to be, I think, because you get to choose your tyre strategy, don't you, in the race itself. And so good stuff indeed there from Sim on his debut as well. So hats off to Sim, brilliant stuff indeed then. And it's great all of you who watched here tonight. I love your opinions, I love what you're thinking about this so far. I'll also love to hear how you think everyone's going to get on the race itself. At the moment, Forza is who was saving tyres at the beginning of the session, is still in the pits moment. I thought he'd been out there straight away there, and really going back on it as well. If anyone give Mazda an invite, that would be very much appreciated as well. So I thought he'd jump back in, but I gotta say though, I'm really bad at notes and stuff, which is not very good for a commentator, is it? Here comes Just B then, as he is car 6 and flying up here to turn 3 as well then. And let's see, he's done a 16.238 in the first section. Then you can see, oh, that was lovely done there, swooping in beautifully well then. And we've as I'm gonna get touched by the mid pack there of Velocity Games, so he is right in the thick of it. As Mazda needs an invite back in, I think Farfy it's just confirmed you are back in at Mazda as well. As still Forza staying in the pits at the moment, Forza said. And remember, we was talking about there might be rain later on in the session, unless they mean in the race itself, and who knows, that's what's great, isn't it? So we're on board there in the McLaren, and as you can see the anticipation start to build up, cut over the crest of the hill as well, before swooping into the final couple of quarters as well, and let's go through. This is turn 10 as well. Mazda does need another invite. We're coming over the grid hatches, just be as fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. Amazing Steel is coming through. The man who's joined in the lead in the championship by 41 points in. So because if anyone could invite Mazda, that'd be very much appreciated. Amazing Steel is at first at the moment, and he's on pole position. Good stuff indeed then. Coming through is the Haas team. It is Energetics, and he has got pole position as well, then by 3/10 of a second. Then fantastic stuff there. Cheyenne is in third position at the moment. Then we've got Mike, who's moved over in the fourth position in the Mercedes. We've got a Toro Myrosa, who has just come through in the Renault, and we've also got Forza out on track as well. So yeah, if anyone could invite Mazda's back in, that'd be great indeed. As Mazda's is confirmed he's not in the session there. Curly Red really trying to get around turn that 9 there, wasn't he? That car just refused to turn, didn't it? Goodness me. Curly Red coming over to the grid hatch as well. He's in full position. Well, beautiful stuff indeed. Oh, they're about a bit of traffic jam there. Blaz invalidated this time once again then. Blaz out. So is Con. Con is invalidated this time as well. Oh, goodness me then. Yeah, so that's we're on board at the road then, and as from the Toro Myrosa then, Mazda is trying to get back in at the moment. He needs an invite. If anyone could send him one across that, and it looks like for some reason we can't invite Mazda's back in at the moment now, and that's a shame, isn't it? Because we want to see Mazda's in this race, don't we? He's down in 15th position for the race, and we're on board then. With my Toro Rossa, with Toro Myrosa then, as he's coming over into turn 9 and 10 as well then. As we're coming through the final turn of Toro Myrosa, yellow flag in sector 3, and here he comes over the line. He is full fast road in the Renault. Good 17 then. Blast is on another run then. Forza's also coming through as well. We've got Connor who's come back in the pits, so he hasn't set time yet. Forza struggling then, isn't he? Oh dear, Mazda's sobbing in the old Discord there. He's getting very emotional. If anyone who is in the pits at the moment then, or who is even listening to me, which I hardly doubt anyone is, to be honest, but if anyone could invite Mazda's back in, that would be fantastic. It really would indeed then. We're on board then with Blast at the moment, and he is in the second sector, 45.2. He's having troubles with lap times at the moment. He keeps invalidating, doesn't he? That's really a shame there for Blast, isn't he? He needs to just get into a rhythm there, isn't it? That might hurt him in the race as well. Look at the car, does it? I think Masters is back in. Great stuff indeed then. Yellow flag is that's a Red Bull who is going very slow, and it's Curly Red, I think. Blast comes over the line. He is full fastest in the Williams. This is a Williams second row. Fantastic stuff. It feels like Austria 2014. Only difference is they was on the front row, so probably it doesn't feel like Austria at all, does it? Even though we are in Austria. So, a Toro Myrosa there, cutting a bit of the grass as he comes into the pits as well then. Kelly has just said, I'd like to wish Justin good luck on getting around the first corner in one piece. I much prefer he crashed on the last lap. Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal that is. Oh, goodness me. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, surely. I say thank you to whoever invited Masters back in. Good stuff indeed then. Well, we're halfway through this qualifying 2 session. I was expecting more cars to be out on track, to be honest, at this stage, because I was expecting 3 runs in qualifying 3. But yeah, it looks like the drivers are not really keen on that one iota there. So that's interesting, isn't it? Blaz has done 3 laps on these soft tires then, so I'm wondering, hopefully he's got a fresh set of boots then. Con has come out then, so Con then is about to go for a run right now then. As Energetic said, you're welcome. As I think he was the man then that invited Mazda's back into the pit. So good stuff there. Well done, absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. As we're now getting ready and we're on board with Con. He is now going to start us up then. Here we go then, and he's coming up into turn 1 right now then. So look at that then. Of course, it's quite a difficult round there, isn't it? Because if you get on the curb too much, you'll invalidate your time. If you run too wide, you invalidate your time as well, don't you? It's very much it's threaded like the eye of the needle, isn't it? Lovely shot there from turn 2. I got to say, I really appreciate that shot. They should do that one more often, shouldn't they? And now then you can see then. Look at this. And it's like you're going up and down like a roller coaster, isn't it? Around here, as the track seems to elevate elevate, then decline, doesn't it? Quite a way through, and very difficult for some of these braking zones, isn't it? Like turn 4, for example, which we've just gone through here with Con. A turn, of course, turn 3 there helps you, doesn't it? Because there's a very steep incline into turn 3, isn't it? And it's also great for overtaking maneuvers as well. I think the turn 3 is going to be the place where you really want to be alongside someone, don't you? As even though last night turn 4 was the place to be, wasn't it? It was a fantastic battle for the lead, wasn't it? It really was there. Here comes Con, then coming through the final turn as well, into turn 10 as well. Then here comes that lovely shot. Then he comes over the line, beautiful. He is crossing the line. He is second fastest. Con is 2/10 of a second behind. Energetic at the moment. And at the moment, the man who's been on pole so far has been Con, and also F1 legend. Then, are we going to get new poles here tonight? That is the question then. And Con then is second position at the moment, and that was on 2 lap old tyres then. Toro Rosso is out then with just under 4 minutes to go then. Let's see what he does now then. And as we're on board then with Toro Rosso then, as he is coming up the hill again, and let's see what he does as he comes into turn 1. Lovely stuff indeed then, doesn't drop lower than full gear, brilliant stuff indeed. DRS, how you sit in the front move there, pushing the blue button. I think I wasn't taking too much notice there, but Toro Rosso then, it's now kind of into turn 3 as well, and here he is then, dropping down into first gear there, tickling the 40-mile-an-hour mark before accelerating away, jumping on the loud pedal as well then, before then coming into turn 4 as well. Yellow flag, don't worry, the yellow flags is going to be more apparent in the race itself, and that's where we need to keep out for the yellow flags. And I think for qualifying, it's just people getting out of the way. They're doing a very nice job, as these guys are all gentlemanly in the qualifying session. I think the race is a completely different story, isn't it? Well, it definitely was last night, wasn't it? Goodness gracious me. 3 times of second up, Toro Rosso is at the moment. Where's that going to put him? That will put him in the fringes of the 04s, and that might put him into 6th position as he comes over the crest there as well, as he likes to fly down there before coming into turn 10 as well. And this is the final corner that, very much in the track. There is beautiful stuff, and Toro Rosso is in second position. A fantastic time there from Toro Rosso, 5/10 of a second up, and brilliant stuff in the invalidated time there, just to celebrate. And Kurt, who's that? I think that was Mike there, just having a bit of vicious there, wasn't he? As he is just commented on move it up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. I'm not really sure I know that song. The song I know, the only song I know about roller coasters, I think, is Roland Keaton, and that just shows my music taste, doesn't it? Really. Here comes Blas. I'm sure he's much more hip than me, and here he is in car 15 then, flying in the Williamson in the second sector as well. Let's see what he's doing then, as he is on a hot lap there. We've got 2 minutes to go in this session then, so the time is now starting to really tick down very quickly. Goodness me. And I love those curb shots. They're really good, aren't they? I think one of my favourite shots of all time actually was in the late 90s, early 2000s, when they had a camera curve right there, didn't they? That was brilliant, wasn't it, to watch the cars go over you. It's fantastic. With a blast, he's on pole position there. Brilliant time there, 2/10 of a second there in front. Fantastic stuff there from Blast, and brilliant stuff. What about Curly and flying through then the middle part of the lap as well, coming over turn 7 as well, and you see rising up, turn 8, I mean, now coming into turn 9 then. Lovely stuff. And what can the Curly Red do on his home track of the Red Bull Ring, flying through? Here he comes now. Is he gonna take it? He's in 7th position. Good stuff there. What about Amazing Red then? Amazing Steel then. I think that's I'm not sure what that is. Amazing Steel is he's a 71 second down, and he didn't have a very good final sector there, did he? Well, Just B then. Just B coming into the line, and he is in he's 4 seconds off the pace of the mode, so he's made a mistake somewhere. Mike is invalidated this time, so we'll leave Mike to it for the minute. And we've also got Con out there as well on an outlap, and Mars has left the session again. Oh goodness me, then it's not going at all well for Mars tonight, is it? As I'm watching Cheyenne now coming through the final turn as well. Is that there is a, I thought that was a Renault. No, then I completely messed up there, aren't I? Forza then is just starting us up as well. Then we've got a Williams then, a Cheyenne then, who is on the back straight as well. Then we've got Blas, who has done a fantastic time. He's going for another one, is he? He is now going for another one. It's all another for Blas now. He's staying out there. What about Con then? Con is out there. We've got Mason Steele there in the second sector. He's 8,000 of a second up then in the second sector. Let's see what he can do then. He comes over the crest there. Maz is back in the session then. There's a Mason Steele there through turn 9, coming into turn 10. This is the last corner. There he is then, all running a bit wide over the rumble strips, and he is on 3rd position, and he is on the 2nd row of the grid then. Curdy is coming through again, and he is 12 seconds down, so he's going for one more shot. Here comes Energetics, and he is on an outlap by looks at, so, and And now he's going to start now then. So good stuff indeed. What about the Mercedes then? Mike is coming through then. This is all for that's it for Mike then. Toro Rosso's finished then. What about and here's Con. He goes third fast and it's Alfa Romeo second row of the grid then. Now Williams is shy and now is well off the track. He's invalidated his time. Unfortunately. What about Forza? He's coming through. Can Ford? He's 3 times second up. He goes third fastest Forza. That's right in the thick of things. And Blas there is invalidated his time. But so 69 after the second up then. It's Curly Red there also on the lap as well. He is on the lap then. We got 2 more cars out that go for. I think Mason Steele could also complete his lap as well. I think then. Well, a second, he's 3 tenths of a second down. We'll leave him to it then. Mason Steele is. What's that? That's a crash. That's a crash, Connor. And I think someone else there. 10 for a second up. Is that good enough? It's in the ballpark. And Jetix is there. Let's see what he can do then. As he is going to come up then over the curve as well. Over the I don't know what that is. And now he's into the final turn as well. Turn 10 then. Let's see what the half trying to do then. He is very much on the limit and he goes over the road restrictions in his pole position. It is indeed a great time. He snatched it by a tenth of a second there. Just over a tenth of a second from Blast. Energetics is on pole position then for the first time in his bronze career. Fantastic stuff there. And we've had 3 pole positions in 3 races. Brilliant. What a start to bronze. Is it going to be 3 for 3 for race winners as well? This is an incredible league, isn't it? And it is just the start of something truly special, I think, in bronze. Fantastic stuff indeed. It's the Bronze Age, isn't it, as I keep saying. And as I've just missed a couple of comments here then. It's Matt saying, I would like to apologise in advance for my lag. Blame my brother. And as we've got 1v1 me, mate. Said Wagwan. And we have also got Kelly saying you must have got it wrong. Justin doesn't make mistakes. And lol. We've also got Thomas saying loving the race and as Crash must be Justin. And I got to say, I think he's done a great job today, Justin. He is in 10th position now. Fantastic stuff there for Justin. But today, Energetics has got his first pole position of bronze and fantastic stuff. Blasted alongside him on row 1. I'm loving that. Row 2 is at Forza and Con there. Con in 4th position this time. Amazing still 5th. Toro Rosso 6th position. We are Cheyenne in 7th. Curly Red is 8th. Mike in 9th position. And Just B is in the top 10 as well then. So the championship leaders Amazing Steel in 5th position. And Energetics who is on pole position. And can Energetics take the lead of the championship? He is joint in first moment. Can he make it that his position his own then in the next 36 or so laps? As it's okay saying Michael's getting stressed. Should just chill as long as he's ahead of Justin. He has the bragging rights. And we've also got Mike saying I don't want bragging rights. I want to race well. I'm not happy with quality at all. Then so Michael wants to move up the grid. Then by the sounds of it, we've also got Jake Wilson. Michael, be careful. Justin will take you out for his corner. I've got much faith in him for Justin. That way, goodness me. Right then, we are now then getting ready for a race. Well, we did have any rain in qualifying, so I'm wondering if the rain might come in the race here tonight then. Remember in the past 2 races we've had here in Gold, for example, the final couple of laps there was absolutely horrific for the likes of I think it was Knowlesy, wasn't it, both season 1 and 2, where he was on course for a fabulous result there. I think he was on course for the win in both races, and it just the rain just robbed him of it. And the same with Dan actually in season 2 here, where he was on course for a very strong 2nd position or 3rd, and the rain came and just absolutely ruined their races. So that potentially might happen here in the race as well then. So let's just take a look at the tyre strategy, shall we, as we are now going for the formation lap. 36 laps around here. This is going to be very interesting indeed then. So let's go through the grid, shall we, from front to back, from pole position to 20th on the grid then. And on pole position is Energetics and good stuff, his first pole position of his career. And remember, he is on the medium compound tires, and so that is very important indeed then. Blas alongside him on row 1. Blas will have the softer tire, so he'll have a better launch in theory. Can he get past Energetics in the early stages of the race? Same with Forza in 3rd position then, with Con in 4th and Amazing Steel in 5th position then. Toro Rosso, the debutant, is right up in 6th position. We're doing a fantastic job, isn't he? In 6th position then. Cheyenne is in 7th with Curly Red in 8th position then. 9th is Mike, and 10th position is the infamous Just B. Those are the top 10 then, and they all have to start on the tires which they set their fastest times on. 11th is Sim then. Good stuff for Sim then. In the Collins is there for Sasha. That's not good. He needs to get back in as quickly as possible, and hopefully he will then. Sim on his debut is in 11th position. position. He's on the medium tires. Velocity in 12th position. Gurman 13th with Lucius in 14th. Maz is in 15th position. And 16th is Sean Hammers. Collins is in 17th position. Gunnar 18th. Dead Rabbit is in 19th. And Ayrton is 20th on the grid then. Soft tires then for Dead Rabbit, for Collins in the back half of the grid then. And everyone else is on the medium compound tires. And we're on board then with the poles here. Collins is back in the session. Fantastic stuff. But this is where the pressure builds. This is where it gets really It's where it gets really tense there, doesn't it? You've got to keep calm, don't you? You've got to watch those magical 5 lights then. When those 5 lights go out, we'll be racing here in Austria, here in the Red Bull Ring. And we are now just waiting for the cars to line up. And we've got Ayrton just lined up at the back there. So we've also got Toro Rosso Velocity just coming through to get position himself in 12th position then. And now we are just waiting then. So here we go then. We're watching for the lights then. And you can see that I'm usually behind everyone else. We'll find out what happens. And Masters have possession in a really bad time. That ain't good at all then. Now as you can see the revs are building and we're going to be racing in Austria. And it is drive-through penalty already for Lucius. So those Masters gone then. Masters gone. Now we're racing. And Lucius out of penalty. Then we'll go. And you can see then is look at this. We got a lagging. We got a lagging for car. We've got a problem there. Oh dear. That car's just lagged it there. Look at that car. My God, that's me. Oh my goodness, that is appalling. And just been there is that been involved. This Mike and just been come to blows. Oh no, that's not good at all. Virtual safety car. That's for Renault. It's got all kinds of problems out there. I think it's Toro Rosso, which he hasn't had any connection problems right up until the start of this. Oh dear, just be it out of the race. Mike has damaged the car. Oh, that is not good at all, is it? Oh dear. And as I just trying to fumble around then. We're back racing now. The virtual safety car's in quite quickly then. In the moment, Blas leads. He's got through then. As Energetics is dropping down, then he's dropped down to 6th position. We're on board. Oh goodness me, Collins and Simon got the blows. Oh wow. And Sean Hammers there just making it through then. But yeah, he wasn't getting any room there. Collins wasn't, was he? And now Sim there is oh look at this. As Collins moved up into 2nd position as well. What's that? And in the background as well, and it's, you can see Sim is racing with Gurman as they go over the crest hill. Then is Ford. They're moving up now in front of Masters. He has got problems with the connection there, and he went slightly earlier then, and not good at all. And it was a bit of an interesting start to the race. And lap 1 completed, and Blas is set the fast up of the race, and he leads the Austria Grand Prix, doesn't he? And coming now into turn 1 as well. You can see there's a bit of a rise up into turn 1, and look at them all. There's a big old gap behind Ayrton, as it is Lucius and Mike who have come into the pits as well. That's a car off in the background. That's a Red Bull. That's Gurman who's had a problem there. Gunnar is going to fly by. He has flown by up in the 14th position there. And that Mercedes is getting very interested under the braking point as Gurman has gone wide. Then Gurman has turned out, and Dead Rabbit is through then. And we've also got Curly Red there is battling with Sean Hammers. Sean Hammers there has gone up in the 10th position. Good stuff indeed there for Hammers, and make that 9th position as well, as Maz's car is just dropping down the order then as well. And so Energetics is dropping down. The pole sitter has dropped down into 5th position mode then. And of course now his championship rivals right behind him at this stage of the race anyway. Of course, and we've only had 2 rounds, so we can't really call them championship rivals, can we? As Sim there is also getting by Mazdas as well then, and so is the Toro Rosso as he is dropping down the order then. So it's such a shame there as well then. And we lost a big old smash. And who is that? That is my Toro Rosso going right off the track there. And that's not good at all. We've got a yellow flag. That's a Toro Rosso. That's a Toro Rosso right off the track there. And who is it? I think it's who is it? It's Velocity. Velocity is out of the race. And oh no, and not good at all. Then into the pits comes Curly Red. He's changing the nose cone on the Red Bull, and he'll be out. And Lucius there is just adhering to the virtual safety car, and that is Velocity out of the race. And that is very that must have been a big old smash there. And that's such a shame. Velocity is out of the race, and that is both Toro Rossos are having a bit of a nightmare. DRS has been enabled, and we're back racing as Toro Rosso did run wide in the final corner. So he was now watching at Sim, who is now all over the back of Sean Hammers then, as I think this is the close battle on track, isn't it? Well, they were so close. Corn is now starting to really up the press there as well. Gunnar is now going in front of Maz as well. So we've lost 2 retirements already. It is just B and Velocity. That is the same amount of retirements we had in gold on Sunday, wasn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed then. On board then with us, it's fantastic stuff in the gold pool. Not very fantastic here at the moment, unfortunately for Unfortunately, therefore, just be he's out of racing. Same with Velocity as well. I'm wondering what happened to Velocity then, because that was a big old smash there, well off the track as well, wasn't it? So that was a scary incident then. As internet screwed me good, but rooted for my teammate Velocity now. I think that is slightly too late, I think, because Velocity is out of the race then. As now then it's a Tormo Rosso's packed past the pole, so the man who was on pole position. He ain't anymore then, but Tormo Rosso's got up the inside then. Oh, he spun it, he got the low pedal too hard, and he has dropped down the other end, so that means that Cheyenne is through then. So now Amazing Steel then as a Gurman and Gooner are battling away then, and let's see what is going on with them two. My goodness me then, it's Gurman has passed Gooner. He is averaging 12 position. Fantastic stuff then, as we're on board with Gooner, and at the moment that he is still as it was at the moment, and he is in 13th position. Gooner is hopefully can get some points. Well, Just Be has left the session there, very disappointed. Just Be is with what's occurred there in this race, doesn't it? What a shame then. Colin at the moment is now less than a second behind them. Forces 2 seconds back. We got a yellow flag. Cheyenne's off the track. Cheyenne is off the track. That's not good. And then that is out of turn 7. Sorry, turn 8. That is it. Oh goodness, he's coming on the track now as well. The car's getting a wide berth there at the moment, and not good at all. There, Cheyenne's also damaged the car, hasn't it? It looks like, and he has got that is a lot of damage as well. Mason Steele's very close to the back of his the championship rival, but Cheyenne as Gooner's dropping down the order as well. Gooner's had a problem. What's happened? He is Oh, no, he's alright. I think, get away. Now, oh goodness me, and we're back up on the inside here at the moment, and I've turned 3 we are. So we're on board then, as Energetic is still in at the, still in 4th position, but he's having a lot of pressure. Remember, he's on the medium tyres at this moment in the race. That is why he is struggling for pace at this stage of the race, and everyone around him is on the soft tyres. His teammate, Sean Hammers, is also on the medium tyres. Well, that is going to pay dividends. Dead Rabbit is all over the back of Gurman, who's also on the medium tyres. This is going to be a very long race. So is it for the medium tyres at this stage with the soft rubber? Of course, they're going to be quicker at this stage of the race set. Corn is now all over the back of Blas. Blas is now going to be feeling the strain in the battle for the lead then, and so now we're just coming over the crest hill as well into turn number 9 as well. Got a bit on the curb there, but that is all fine. That's all fine and dandy. This is all fine and dandy as well. It's Colin Blas, and they're battling for the lead of this Austrian Grand Prix as they come out of turn 1. And all getting very snaky as well. And yellow flag and turn down. That's Lucius. Lucius is well off the track there. Tormo Rosso is invalidated his time. Invalidated his time. He's got a 3-second penalty to come up into the hairpin as well. And now I'm wondering if the medium tyres now starting to switch on, because now Mason Steele is 7/10 of a second back, isn't he? Con is not giving up then, is he? Look, Blas is going to stay to the race alive. Con is out the inside. He's taken the lead, or has he? Blas has broke so much there, but Con has it. Con leads the Austrian Grand Prix. Cheyenne has left possession, and that is such a shame then. Cheyenne is out of the race then as well then in the Williams set, and he had a very strong start to the season, didn't he? Cheyenne did, but that is unfortunate there, isn't it? Con leads then this race then as we're on lap 6. We got 30 more laps to go around here, so this is very much a oh, look at this, that is Maz has dropped down still then, as he is still ghosting around out there at the moment, isn't he? We're on board then with Dead Rabbit then. He's 5/10 of a second away then. That was a lot closer earlier, but unfortunately then it's now starting to balance out there, isn't it, for Dead Rabbit, as he is starting to drop back, which means that Gurman is now starting to stretch his legs slightly, isn't he? But Blas there is very much keeping within the vicinity. We're going with another battle royale for the lead then. Remember last night it was an incredible race, wasn't it? We got a Ferrari, but I think that's Lucius, isn't it? It is Lucius having a very difficult start into the Austrian Grand Prix as we're accelerating. Look at the brake disc glowing on that Williams. That is fantastic stuff. That's fantastic, isn't it? From those, it's just incredible engineering feat, isn't it? Really is an amazing. Steel is right on the back as well. The gearbox. Force has also been involved as well in this battle as well. As Force has started dropping back. Oh goodness me! Look at that. He's had a swap on. He was all crossed up there. It makes Steel was good stuff indeed. Then as Force is just lagging backwards and forwards there as well. Gurman has got by. Oh, has he? No, he hasn't. Because Simmons back through and back into 9th position there. Gurman dropping down to the 10th position as well, which we flick back to this battle here, which is for 3rd, 4th, 5th at the moment then. And there is, I think there's a flash of a Renault there in the background as well. Tormo Rosso in 6th position as well. On board then with Energetic as he comes through the final turn. Remember, he was on pole position. He is on the medium tyres moment, but he is 3 seconds away, almost 3.5 seconds away from the lead at the stands of the road. That, as you can see, the pit bull is coming out, and all this this sport full of amazing technology. They still use pit boards, don't they? Because that is the most trustworthy source of getting information to the drivers, isn't it? And look at this, and Energetics there is trying to get, he needs to get by Fords as quickly as possible, doesn't he? Because that gap is, I think that gap is starting to, well, then it's actually decreasing at the moment. Blas has dropped half a second to Fords, doesn't he? Collins has got up the inside, but he's gone wide. Sean Hammers is back through. German is back past Sim as well. Good stuff indeed. There is Collins going to come back out. Collins had a fantastic start to the race, hasn't he? He was knocked out of qualifying one. Now he's right up battle. Oh, that's a big look at that's contact. Oh, that's contact from Hammers there. He's sorry, from Collins to Hammers. He's damaged the front wing there. Oh dear then. So he's got an awful amount of understeer at this stage of the race as well. He's on the soft tires, Collins is, so he's going to have to drive around it for now, isn't he? That is a shame now for Collins, isn't it? Coming over the crest again, and there's into the pits comes Blas. There's a Blas in the pits and rolling the dice very early on then, isn't he? Blas is. He was just far, he was dropping away then, so he's going for the undercut here at the moment then. And whether that's going to put him onto a two-stopper here. Oh, Energetics down, look there. Forza is not was holding his line there. Good stuff indeed there. We've also got pit stoppers. Collins in the pits well, so Collins now I say was going to go a long way, while not at all, and he comes in the pit straight away, and that damage is far too great as well. I wonder if that might have oh, Energetics on the inside, he passes Forza has been forced on the outside, but he's carrying on, and now they're side by side as they come down into turn 4 as well. Look at Forza, he's got some straight lines beyond that McLaren, hasn't he? And now Amazing Steel is in there as well, and Forza staying on the inside, the outside. That's incredible stuff there from Forza. Wow, incredible how he breaks so much there, but Energetics is trying to stay on the outside, and oh, look at this, he's going through on the outside. That's contact. Both cars have gone off the track. Oh dear, Energetics there is oh dear, and Energetics and Forza come the blows in. Oh no, he was trying to go on the outside. Remember, it was we had a lot of outside overtakes there. Last time he spun again. Energetics says, oh, he's in the wall. Oh, what a shame for Energetics there. Forza oh, that is such a shame then, isn't it? How they have come to blows. And Energetics there is on the prime strategy. Pit stop is Forza is in the pits now. Con leads by 7.7 seconds from Toro Rosso second. Amazing Steel in third position. Fourth is Sean Hammers. Is he changing the nose cone? He's not. This is just a prime opportunity for him to come in the pits there and put on and put on some medium tires there, and we've got Matthew Bridge saying, "Come on, Con!" So he is doing a good job. Oh, Forza's in the wall there. I know we've got Dead Rabbit as well, who has just been overtaken now from. Oh my goodness me, Gunnar is not giving an inch there, is he? And Norris Forza even then is battling away then for 10th and 11th position as well. We're on board Gunnar, and he is on his tires are already fired up to temperatures. Energetics is just coming in the pits, and he is changing the wing then. What a shame for Energetics. He's gone to the soft tire as well. Car 96 has. It's going to be it's going to have to be a fight back through the field now, isn't it? For the man who's on pole position, and the man who's leading this championship well. So this is good stuff then for Amazing for Amazing Steel at the moment, isn't it? But unfortunately, that's probably not the way he would have wanted to have this one, is it? As Emerson has just said, Ayrton is in the point. Said he is indeed. He's in ninth for this mode, and drawing a very calm and calculated race. In the background there we have Forza and Gunnar there, who is buried down on it, but Ayrton doing a fantastic job. Remember, he's very green in league racing. This is only his third league event, and he is doing a good job then on the strategy, keeping him out of trouble, which is what you need to do in races like this, don't you? But Forza's come through on the freshest straw tyre, and Toro Rosso has just come out in front of Forza as well. Then as you can see, then you can see how much it Constantine up. German, it's now right on the back of Sean Hammer. Sean Hammer has found himself into Forza going at the inside then straight away, and he is through, and Toro Rosso again very well, but a run board of Ayrton at the moment, who's in the points. He's in the points at the moment in a 10th position, and good stuff indeed there from Ayrton. Fantastic, it really is, and good stuff indeed also for Amazing Steel, who is after qualifying in 5th position, is up in second position. Same with Con there, them two are good racers, isn't they? Brilliant stuff indeed. Then guys, Lucius at the fast half of the race going very much is put his toe down, has he, at this stage of the race. We're on board Gunnar at the moment, who is keeping tabs on Ayrton, who's got that final point in his grasp at the moment, in his possession then, as they come over the crest of the hill once again. And German is 0.2 of a second away from Sean Hammers, and I think he's going to get very interested indeed then, as Sim has just been overtaken then. But this is what we want to look at now, is here it is, Sean Hammers, and it's all over the back. No, then it's German who's all over the back of Hammers. He's up the inside. He passes Hammers, but Hammers has gone up and under as cool as a cucumber, isn't he? But look at this, German is back, Alan again then, and look at this, DRS is wide open. He's going to go on the outside then, and remember what happened there when we last seen something like this, and it all came to blows there, and he is doing a very good job. German is through, but Sean Hammers is not giving up, is he? Sean Hammers is side by side then, but German is taking the initiative. He is through, he passes Sean Hammers and moves up into third position. Good 17 there. Gunnar is past Ayrton. Ayrton then is down in 11th position as well then, but remember, it's not a very good time now to lose your front wing. It's never a good time to lose your front wing, is it? Oh goodness me, as German, whereas Hampson fails to defend the inside there of turn 9. Remember, we had an almighty shut in there last night, didn't we? Where 3-1 just didn't go, did it? Back on board of Hammers now. He is not giving up on this, on the final place on the roster, is it? German is defending as Hammers going to have a lunge into someone. No, not quite. I think his best opportunity has to be turned free, isn't it? Look in the foreground, we just didn't. There he is, amazing steal. Dead Rose. Oh, got a 5-second penalty there for speed in the pit lane, and that is going to cost him. Is it? Look at Hammers there. He's on the outside. He's hammering away. He's thinking to German, and he goes on the outside there. He's going to go up and under. German is defending that absolutely beautifully well, hasn't he? He put his car in exactly the right place. Fantastic stuff for German, and brilliant defending it. Oh, but Hammers is going on the outside. German is defending that again. Beautiful. There's another lockup from the Haas driver. He's trying to go up and under, is he? He is trying to go up and under. Look amazing. I think those soft tires might be starting to struggle at this stage of the race, and these guys are on the medium tires mode, so they're in prime position. And oh goodness me, and I thought he was going to go off to the side there, but I think that German might have this one. But Sean Hammers is not letting this go. He said, look at this, there's a bit of cloud cover coming over here in the Red Bull ring at the moment, and those clouds might become very ominous in the latter stages of this race as well. That might also play into strategy as well then. As so far it's been a very interesting race. As I said, very much on the edge of your seat kind of race, which is what you expect though from ALR. It's been fantastic, hasn't it? The first three races here in bronze really has, and German and Sean Hammers is really closing the gap quite quickly on the championship leader, Mason Steele, which is going to at the moment have an 18-point advantage over Energetics, who is unfortunately came the blows of Forza and has damaged his car. I think he's going to have to come back through the field. Can he salvage some points in the later stage of the race as well? And just looking at down the field at the moment, then Ayrton is just behind Gunnar at the moment. Toro Rosso is just behind at 4 as well as what's happened? Amazing Steele's had a problem. Amazing Steele's had a problem. I'm thinking, I wonder if he's half spudder or something. I didn't think that German in Sean Hammers was in the vicinity. I think those soft tires are at the edge of their life, and both Alfa Romeos on the Otis tire set. And yes, and his teammate is in the pits, and on the lap, then his team on the lap, then Steele's had a problem. Into the pits comes Con, and he is in the pits. So he's going to change tire set. I'm wondering if the second Alfa Romeos. No, he isn't. I don't think he was too far. I think he was too close to him, wasn't he? And now he's in the pits and changing to the medium compound tires and the race series. So he's in and out. The man who won the Spanish Grand Prix. Is he going to be 2 for 2 here in bronze as well? Look at this now. Mason Steele's going to have to repel off Blas as well, as Blas has made a stop, and he's the highest runner not to have made a stop then with a Mason Steele, and really strong on those tires there, isn't he? Now Blas has gone on the outside, and Mason Steele is on the inside. Look at that. That's incredible stuff. Yellow flag. That's a red off. That's a red off. Who is it? I think it's Collins who's had a problem in the final corner, and that's a shame for Collins, isn't it? Look at Mason Steele. He's trying to come back in. He's got to go on the inside. Look right. Where is he? And Mason Steele there. I thought he was going to come through then. Not quite then. And as German leads. Second is Sean Hammers, but it's less than a whisker between them. Blas is now in the third position. He's the highest man who has pitted, and he is looking very good at the moment. But I've got to say, those clouds are getting very menacing, and we ain't even a half distance in this race yet either. So yeah, this is going to be this could very much really throw a spanner in the works there, isn't it? How long the medium tires going to last for? Are they going to wait until the rain comes? If the rain is coming, I have heard a whisper that the rain is coming later on in the session. That might have been in the race that have been qualified. Now Hammers has taken the lead here in Austria. Fantastic maneuver. He passes German, and he is back in front and taking the initiative. Will he have he has not DRS said, has he? Because look at this, now German has come back on. There's no DRS. This is going to be a traditional overtaking as they come up into turn 3, and as German is back through. Hammers is trying to go up and under, not quite the moment. Oh, he has gone up and under. He's back through. German German has gone back under the rear wing there. Look at Blas in the background there. He is smelling blood in the water. We've also got Vittorio Rosso and Forza batting for 7th and 8th position there. Lock up again from Hamilton. Those tires are going to look like 50-pence pieces by the end of this race. Incredible. And now, as you can see, look at German trying to go on the outside. And not quite at the moment. 77 a second was the gap between them. And say, oh, Raid! I think I said Raid. Let's have a look. Yes, that's Raid. There's Raid on the cockpit of German. Oh, goodness gracious me. And this is what we was expecting then. So the guys on the medium tires that were Han Pitchers definitely have an advantage. The likes of Ayrton, the likes of Curly Red, the likes of Gunnar, the likes of Sim, and also of German and Hammers as well. Blas is also in the box seats as well for this win. Of course, he has played, but he's still in the chance to win this race. Blas is, and Blas in the past has been absolutely fantastic in the weather, hasn't he? Let's see how much this rain is going to affect these drivers at the moment. And now he's coming for out of the slipstream, and he's going to go on the outside. German is back in the lead, and he also does a switcheroo. He is back in the lead. He takes the lead. The Austrian Grand Prix, but Sean Hammers is back on the inside then. Oh, as he just drops back slightly. German is back in the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix, and he has damage on that Red Bull as well, which I probably missed there. Amazing Steel has moved up in and has dropped down to 5th position. He's still no 16 old soft tires at the moment, so those tires are going to be well past their best. They might not even pass their MOTE test at the moment. Sim is doing a fantastic job of in 4th position at the moment. Absolutely splendid stuff here in Austria. We're only coming up to half distance. This is the ball for lead. Look at this. It's German, Sean Hammers, and Blas all battling away. Then there's a 6-second deficit between Sim and Con. Con is now in 5th position at the moment. That is. We just need to calm it down here, guys, because my goodness me, I think there's going to be so much more action. We're only half distance in this race as well. There it is. We're at the halfway point of this incredible Austrian Grand Prix. And how much is this rain going to affect us on? Vittorio Rosso, what's going on? Forza has dropped down the order, and he's dropping down into 8th position as well. Pit stop, as into the pits comes Mason Steele. Oh, goodness me, what is that? That's Corn. Corn is through up the inside. He passes him, or does he? No, now they're side by side. Look at him. It's going to be a drag race. Wow, look at him. This is incredible race as they come over to turn 2. Absolutely splendid stuff. Amazing steers on the intermediate tires. Collins up in the 4th position. Fantastic manoeuvre. And he is away then. As Sim's got damage on intermediate tires. And I'm wondering if it's too early. But the Amazing Steel is in no man's land at the moment, isn't he? As we're back on board with Sim. Sim is going up the inside again then. Well, I think he might be too far behind. And they've got Mercedes off the track then. I think that is Lucius who's having a problem. No, it's Mike who's having a problem there in the Mercedes as well as he's coming into the pits. I think he's also might be thinking about changing to the intermediate tires. And Sean Hammers is dropping back now slightly with Blas all over the back of him. I think Blas is now becoming a forward point of figure. Oh, Blas in the pits then. So he's in the pits, and I see it's the rain heavier than wild figure. We're taking a look with Mike also on the intermediate tires, and so is Mason Steele as well. Into the pits comes Blas, and he is going to change those tires, and I think he's going to go on the intermediate tires as well. And his Forza is staying out at the moment. So we've only got a couple of guys coming in the pits at the moment. So it's Toro Rosso in the pits, Blas in the pits as well. And they are changing to the intermediate tires on the Williamson. There was a bit of water being splashed around as he was coming out of the pit lane. I think it's too early for the intermediate tires just yet, but I think, remember, Granty made an absolutely splendid call, didn't he, in gold on Sunday. I think it's too early for the intermediate tires, but my goodness me, that man knows the track conditions only very well indeed then. As we're on board then with Curly Red, he is gaining on Ayrton at the moment. Ayrton is in 9th position, 8th position at the moment then, with Curly Red in 9th position as well. Ayrton's gone wide, and now Curly Red has gone up and under, and Curly Red is through past Ayrton. Ayrton has dropped down to 9th position, but remember, Ayrton's got 2 lap old tires. Then Curly Red. Sorry, I've forgotten who I was talking about then. Goodness me. Mason Red is Mason Steele. Keep calling him Mason Red. I think he needs to change his name, doesn't he? Mason Steele is on the intermediate tires. He's just past Collins, so that is surely has to be the crossover point. We're just looking at Blas. Blas is losing a 10th of a second actually to Forza at the moment, and Forza still on the medium tires. Well, Forza is what's happened? As we've just got yellow flags as one of the Renaults are struggling. Then Forza staying out on the medium tires. Well, Sim is in the pits then. So goodness me, and this is the bomb. Sean Hammonds is back through. He's back in the lead then, with 16 laps to go then. But where's German? German's going back up and under. This is fantastic racing. And now Sean Hammonds is now accelerates. Now blasts him in the fifth position. He's the highest runner on the intermediate tires. This is going to be this is going to pay dividends. Oh, it's German there swooping back through on the inside, and he passes back up. Oh, he's gone wide. He's on the gravel. Good. Sean Hammonds leads the Austrian Grand Prix. German is thrown out of the way. Oh, it is getting very slippery out there now. I wonder if the time is now. We have intermediate tires out there, don't we? Blast is the highest running intermediate tires. Then we've got Sim, who's the second intermediate runner, and we got Toro Rosso with amazing steal as well. Goodness gracious me, this is fantastic. Oh my goodness me, did you see the back? And that's a Ferrari getting very interested in the back. I think it's Collins. Oh no! My goodness me, that's a smash and a half. That's a safety car. That is a safety car. That is an awful smash from Gunnar. And I'm not sure why between himself and Collins there, but that was a vile old smash. Into the pits comes Hammers. Then Hammers is in the pits. Then he has stood on 80 kilometers an hour. Also in the pits is German as well. Then as drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car. This could play into the hands of Sean Hammers and German and Con, and also Force as well. Then Sean Hammers is out of the pits, and he is leading this race at the moment. Look at that rain is getting very heavy quite quickly. I wonder if we might even see the full wet tires later on this race as well. Out of the pits now comes Sean Hammers, and as you can see there, it's a very hard turn there coming into the coming out of the pits. Where's Blas? It's such a shame for Blas. Then he rolled the dice, didn't he, a lap earlier, 2 laps earlier, and now he is behind these guys, isn't he? He's down in 4th position there, and that is a lot of rain quite quickly on as well. So it is time for the intermediate tires. Curly Red then it's in the pits, and they got to wait for the 5-second rule. Now the Red Bull mechanics go to work. The jack goes under the front wing, and now they change the front. They change the tires now out there. Collins is in the pits as well then, and he was one of the men that caused that horrific smash there. Ayrton are on board with now, and Ayrton is in the points then as well. Good stuff for Ayrton. As I said, this is only his 3rd race in league racing, and he's doing a splendid job there, Ayrton. It's fantastic stuff. He's in the points. Good stuff indeed. Dead Rabbit in the 11th position, then Collins out in 12th position. This is good news for Energetic as well, then, isn't it? So he is now back on the Crocodile, and hopefully we'll get some points as well. Let's take a look at the retirements then, as we're on lap 21 then, out of 36 as well. I know, so we're just trying to keep it cool now, isn't it, everyone? We got to just keep it cool, and let's just so quickly go through the comments, shall we, of what is going on in the race so far. I don't even know where I am at the moment. Because, I think the last one I read was actually come on Con. We got Ayrton saying yes, Emerson saying Ayrton is in the points. Good 17th then. Brady sorted, let's go Manspot. Manspot is letting me down at the moment. Then we've also got Emerson saying Ayrton's chief strategist, jumping with Joy, rain time to perfection with our chosen strategy then. So Emerson, of course, the driver from Gold, they're doing a fantastic job for Ayrton, and at the moment Ayrton is in the points, and his best race in ALR Bronze so far. So hats off to Ayrton there. Retirement so far, we've lost Just Be retired in the opening exchange of this race, in the opening turn. We also lost Velocity as well. It looked like went off with some Velocity as well, didn't he, in turn 9. He was well off the track, wasn't he? Also lost Cheyenne as well, and Gunnar. Just at this point here, the car ricocheted off the barrier, come back on the circuit area. It was a violent out smash, wasn't it? And that was a scary smash, and that's why we got a safety car at the moment then, and we're just waiting for the cars to catch up. Then Mike has been lapped then, so the last car not to be lapped is Lucius in the Ferrari then, and he is coming onto the back of this Crocodile. So onto the back of this Crocodile is Energetic as well, stuck behind Maslowitz at the moment. Is that going to penalise him for overtaking? Hopefully it doesn't, because he's a lap car, isn't he, Maslowitz? We've got 15 cars left then out of the 20 that started then, and Energetics, and it's just coming up to the back now as well then. As we've just seen Mike saying, why can't I pass the safety car to unlap myself? As unfortunately, as he's saying, he may as well retire the car. That's such a shame for Mike, isn't it? Unfortunately, we covered it in the, I think it was the silver race, wasn't it, last week or something? Yeah, unfortunately, in this race, the safety car doesn't let the lap runners through it. So, unfortunately, Mike is now being hurted, being absolutely ruined this race, isn't he? Beyond being stuck, being lapped, because he can't unlap himself, which means he's now a whole lap beyond his nearest competitor, Lucius, at the moment. Then, so that is such a shame there, as Jake Wilson just confirmed that you can't unlap on here. So that's such a shame, it really is then. So well, lap 23 then. Let's take stock of the whole race result, race standards at the moment. As I think is Mike there, I think he was just trying to unlap himself there, but unfortunately Codemasters having none of that, isn't he? So on lap 23, Sean Hammers leads this race. Second position is Gernman. Con in third position with Blas in fourth. Forza fifth. Sixth position is Sim. Brilliant stuff. Tormar Rosso seventh. Eighth position is Steele. Ninth position is Curry. And 10th position is Ayrton. That is the top 10 at the moment. Outside the points is Collins in the 11th position. Him and Naguna had an almighty shunt, didn't they, up here? 12th position is Dead Rabbit. Energetics also came to blows over Forza. He's in 13th position there. Lucius in 14th, Mike in 15th position. No, that is the final runner. Unfortunately, Cannon lap himself, which is absolutely, which is horrific, isn't it, for his race? Retirements, massless. Unfortunately, DNS, as he is having all kinds of connections issues. Then we have retirements, Gunnar, Cheyenne, Velocity, and Just B, all retired from this Austrian Grand Prix then. As we're just watching the race here now, then hopefully we see that magical message where safety car is in at the end of this lap then. Look at this, already off the racing line then. There is a very damp, isn't it? Light rain at the moment here around Spielberg. How is this going to be light rain to the end of the race? Is there going to be more varied conditions? We'll find out at the moment then. As David Smith, go on Sean, he's doing a fantastic job. He really is then. Safety cars in this lap then. And Sean Hammers leads this is his most competitive race in ALR bronze so far. It's been fantastic from him in car 53. He is now the de facto safety car. No one could overtake him till the start finish line then. And he is now the pace then. And here we go then, as the cars line up. The Mercedes behind him of Mike has been lapped, unfortunately, and that has completely ruined this race, as I mentioned before. We are back racing now, I think. We are back racing now. That's a lot of heavy rain then, as now Gurman also comes through as well. Here we go then, and there's a severe collision. Oh no, there's a crash, and then Collins has damaged the car, and that is not good at all then, is it? He has got a lot of damage on that, a lot of wing damage as well then. We are back racing here then, so Sean Hammers had a perfect start. He's almost getting a second and a half. That's a fantastic start. That is textbook, isn't it? As so Hammers leads Gurman second, Con in third position with Blas in fourth position. We got Forza, Sim in fifth and sixth position, Rosso in seventh position. We have Mason Steele, a Curly Red in ninth position. 10th position is Ayrton, and still on the course. Oh goodness me! I know that. That's Tormar Rosso. He's gone right off there. He's going to Switzerland, and he comes back on in front of Curly Red as well. And Collins is back. Oh goodness me! It's on all kinds of crazy there. And Collins is now free, or is he? Because now Dead Rabbit is now on the inside. Dead Rabbit, look right there. He is, and oh goodness me, he's squeezing him coming down into turn 4. Oh my god, oh they're drifting right there, going down turn 4. And Collins is from what about Velocity, I don't think it's damaged, but Ayrton is not damaged the car, but what a shame there, it's getting too heated, and now it's not good at all, is it? As they come over the crest rail again then. Now Gurman is starting to pick up his feet again, hasn't he? And he is now into under a second, and there's no DRS in these conditions anymore, as Hammers has got a 3-second penalty. Look at this, and Gurman is flying in these conditions. Blas is also a very renowned wet runner as well. We've got a Renault of Collins there who is spun off in the field as well, and he is Collins there just coming off behind, and Ayrton is through as Ayrton has moved over to 40 position. We've also got Sim Racer as well. It's Collins there, it's just having a look there, going into turn number 9 then. Gurman, then I think it was getting very close between, this is more than very close. Look at them, they're almost side by side, they're almost one car, and they come up in the turn at 3 as well then. And Mason Steele, oh goodness me then, has given him a good old chop there, brutal, as Tormar Rosso is now under a bit of pressure there from the Curly Red as well, and now they're coming down as well, and look at Sim there, is not giving it though, is he? We're back on board. Sim, he's 3/10 of a second away at the moment, and Mason Steele has gone deep then, but he should be alright then. This is very tricky, isn't it? Of course, you've got to take kind of car lines around here, don't you? It's very very difficult, isn't it? And you now got to start to modify. Collins is on the wet tyres then, and let's see what he can do then. Collins says, can this be an absolutely almighty call here? That'll be fantastic as well. Lap 25 out of 36 here in this incredible race, and Energetics is not far away from the points now. There he is then. Oh goodness me, he's going on the outside of Mercedes then. And I think that's Dead Rabbit. That is Dead Rabbit. I'm sure it's in another Mercedes. Mike there being lapped as well. And is Dead Rabbit staying on the inside. He's got damage to the front wing. Oh, it's Mike there siving his way through. Forza's in the pits. Forza's in the pits as well. Then. And look at this. They've got a 12-second deficit with all the shenanigans going on. They've got a 12-second deficit now to the 9th position car, which is actually. And Forza is, I think that was a drive-through penalty for Forza. So that has hurt him as well. Now he's coming up behind Energetics. Oh, goodness me. It's funny how these things things work out, doesn't it? As these two came to blow early on in the race, early on in this race as well, doesn't it? So they're back. As I think Collins is off again in the same place he was in the last race. Sorry, the last lap. Then as Dead Rabbit is having issues slowing the car down there, wasn't it? As his teammate just in front of him as well. Forza also getting interested. They're so close. Had a Curly Red very close to the bottom. Look, that's a lot of rain on the cockpit there, isn't it? As Emerson is saying, spun in the same place as me on Sunday. He thinks his family is cursed. So that's unfortunate. As Ayrton has dropped down in the 30th position, but he still can. He's got to keep going there because there could potentially points on the horizon. There. Collins is apart in the final corner now. He's having real troubles, isn't he? As I think, Collins are just trying to get him in the pits, but it looks like Sean Hammers is under a lot of pressure now. Look, there he is, and Collins also getting very much interested. And then Blast is so close behind him as well. 5 seconds of gap is back from Blast to Mason Steele. Has a look in the turn one there, but Sean Hammers, Sean Hammers are getting a bit wild there out of turn one. Then is back on board there with Gurman. This at the moment, and so at the moment we've got Gurman and Sean Hammers going for the first win in ALR bronze. We've got Blast also as well. Con going for a second race. He's at the inside. He passes him. He takes the lead. He passes the lead. There's yellow flag in one. And so it's the red of that going that way. And look at Hammers there. He's not giving up. Then he's not giving an instant. He's on the way part of the course then as they come down into turn 4 as well. Gurman will have the inside line. Does he take the lead? He does take the lead. Fantastic stuff. That goes out wide. Hammers is going to go up and under there. Is he going to go up and under? I don't think he has the purchase. So let's take a look now. He is side by side. He's on the curb and he's going to get out of that. And he does. Gurman takes the lead of the first safety car. We've had a safety car. But Collins is out of the race and so second safety car in a matter of laps as well. As Kelly is saying, Michael's strong with blue flags, and he's getting blue flags all over the place. And unfortunately, the safety car can't even help Mike because he isn't allowed to unlap himself. So got a safety car. Collins is out of the race, and Burt Mylander is parked on the exit of turn 1 then. And these cars are now going to catch up then. So Gurman is taking the lead down. I think he would have liked to have that safety car to come even a bit earlier. Really, as the rain is starting to intensify a bit, isn't it? As it comes down the pit lane, it's into the pit. Comes a Mason Steele then, and that's a lot of rain, isn't it? As we're on board with Mason Steele, the man who's joined in the lead in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. But both the men who is leading the championship are joined in the lead of the championship. He's having a pretty torrid time out there at the moment. He is changing intermediate tires, so he's got to have fresh tires then for the run, and then that might potentially help him as well. I'm surprised no one in the back have actually tried going on the intermediate tires then, and away they go then as well. And so Mason still coming out of the pits now. Then he is on the intermediate tires. And look at that darker patch. And that is the racing line. And you need to stay in that racing line. You have to stay in those tracks, don't you? Otherwise you will be slower as well. So we're on board then with Mason still. Then he's come out. He's in 12th position then. So the safety car's out there with 8 laps to go. Hopefully the safety car won't be out too long. So Collins is out the race. Gunnar out the race as well. Collins and Gunnar did come the blows earlier on. And I wonder if we might have an investigation on that one. It was a violent shunt, of course, the first safety car. Unfortunately, Collins has also caused the second safety car as well. He is out, Cheyenne out, Velocity out, and Just B also out of this race as well. As you can see that, and they're all now just condensing up then. As Mike, I think, unfortunately, is still a lap down then, so this is hurting Mike, isn't it? What a shame. So I had a great qualifying performance, but it's just not working out for him in the race tonight, is it? And we are now coming up to the twilight of this incredible Austrian Grand Prix. My goodness me, fantastic stuff. It really is indeed then. So let's. I think that we should go through the. Let's go through the order again, then, shall we? Not much has changed, has it? Well, I say not much has changed. There's a lot that has changed, hasn't it? Gurman is now back in the lead here in Austria. He's going for his first race win in bronze. Fantastic stuff. So is Sean Hammers. He wants his first race win here in bronze, and he is second in the moment. Third position is Con. He is going for his second race win. Good stuff indeed. Then, as Mike has got. Oh, he's also been given a penalty as well for ignoring. He's just gone for it. In fourth position is a Blast, and there he goes. Mike is. I think that was his only option, really, wasn't it? Because he was just really losing so much time there. Blaz in fourth position there with Racer in fifth position. Sorry, Sim in fifth position. Toro, Mike Rosso in sixth position. Mike has been disqualified for ignoring the outflights, but I feel sorry for Mike there because he had no option, really, did he? Seventh position is Curly Red. Energetics in eighth position, and he is now actually going to take the outright lead in the Drivers' Championship as it starts. The most incredible, isn't it? Ninth position is Dead Rabbit. 10th 10th position is Forza. Lucius is just outside the points. 11th position at the moment then. 12th position is Amazing Steel. He's got fresh intermediate tyres, and I'm sure it's in a bolt of lightning there. I don't think Abbott's on this game, does it? Maybe it's just my eyes going funny. 13th position is Ayrton. This the strongest drive in ALR Bronze. Fantastic stuff. Mike has been disqualified. His car is just parking up, and I think he's been disqualified, or am I making it up then? Well, he's in the race then, so I think I'm making it up then. So yeah, Mike can carry on, and hopefully he's still allowed to race it. And so those are 14 cars left. And retirements then is a Mazda, is Collins, Gunnar, Cheyenne, Velocity, and Just Be. All have retired from this Austrian Grand Prix. The safety car is still out there, which I'm quite surprised by. So we are going to have 5 laps then left. Then when the safety car comes in, I can bet my bottom dollar that the safety car, Bernd Mailander, will peel off into the pits then for the final stage of this race. And let's quickly go through the race story, shall we? Pole sitter, Energetics, and didn't have a very good start, did he? Unfortunately, him and Forza came to blows then in the middle section of the track. I think it's in turn 5, wasn't it, where they came to blows there. He spun around, damaged the front wing, and Energetics has been on the back foot ever since then. Of course, then the guys started on the medium compound tires. Sean Hammers, Gurman, and have all really benefited, haven't they? I think Sim was on the medium tires. Well, they've really benefited, and they are now high up the field. Blast has been incredible today. I think his pace has been electric, but unfortunately, they're a wrong time pit stop has put him down in full position. From Connor again, and showing some incredible pace there, isn't he? Sean Hammers just came out of nowhere there in second position there. So Connor once again showing some amazing. He showed incredible pace in Spain, and once again he's doing it again here tonight in fantastic stuff, going for his second podium of his career. Toro Morosso's had a very adventurous race there, but he's still in sixth position. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Amazing Steel, the other man who's joined in leading the championship on 31 points, is down in 12th position. He's just coming to pits there on fresh intermediate tires, so he should have those freshness tires then until the end of the race then. So then that is it then. We are now going to be racing then. The safety car's in the end of this lap then. I think Mike is still out there actually. I'm sure it's in a disqualification. I'm sure. I think I'm just seeing things, don't I? But yeah, Mike den's done. I think he's done the right decision, to be honest. And now then, so he's just catched up to the back now. I don't think he's going to catch up by the time we're back racing with 31. We're on lap 31 out of 35 then. Here we go. Gurman is the Thatcher safety car, and as you can see, the tension is boiling up. Hammers had a brilliant opening lap last time around. Can Gurman have the same effect this time? But he's not. He's going now. He is going, and we are back racing now. Here we go then, and oh goodness me! And as look at Con there, all over the back of Sean Hammers. Gurman's had a good start. And he's a 7-10 second deficit with Hammers now in second position with Con in third position. Blast full, and Curly Red has got by a Rosso Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso then as well, as you can see then, and now Force has past the Dead Rabbit as well, and oh goodness me, look at them all, they're all lining up there, they're all lining up coming up this hill, as also Toro Rosso is all over the back of the Curly Red as well. Oh my goodness me, they're having a look, they're not Mercedes, Force his way back through. Oh, there's contact then between Dead Rabbit and Forza, and Forza's dropped back down to 10th position as well then. He's on the outside here, but he's going back up and under, and he is gaining, and Dead Rabbit is forced him onto the curb, and that's almost too much of a squeeze in, but he is still kept. That is and where is he? Dead Rabbit's off the track, then he's gone off the track, and oh my goodness me, Amazing Steel on that Dead Rabbit there, almost came to blows. Well, they did touch, didn't they? And Amazing Steel had to get out of it there, didn't they? And that was very close indeed. The blast all over the back of Colin, who's in third position, and Hammers in second position. He is dropping back now from Gurman. Gurman has gotten a beautiful opportunity there to win his first race here in Bronze. Absolutely fantastic stuff in this final stage to this absolutely epic Austrian Grand Prix then, and coming through then to complete lap 31. We're on board then with Energetics, the man who's leading the championship at the moment then. He's having a difficult race, the man who was on pole position, and he is still going there now. I think this is a show of never give up, is it? Because he can still get some good points here at the final stages of this Austrian Grand Prix. Oh, Dead Rabbit and Amazing Steel come to blows, and Amazing Steel's harbour race there is he's just it goes Mike there is back on the same lap now. Forza is Forza and Energetics are coming going to balance as well then, and Forza's gone up and under then. Now he's going to try and go on the inside, and lovely shot. Look at this then. Forza is we got two on board action cameras here then. Forza is going to have it go on the inside then, but Energetics breaks later, but Forza's going to go up and under. He is up open under. He passes Energetics, but Energetics has got the momentum as he comes back out then, and he should have the inside line then going into turn 5. Does he? He does indeed then, and yes he does, and good stuff then. Forza is back up into 8th position. Good stuff indeed then. Remember, these two came to blows, didn't they, on this race as well, so they might have been grimacing quite concerned there. Curly Red is all over the back of Sim here as they come into the final turn then. That would have been a bold move there from Curly Red. He's on a fantastic race. This is also his strongest race of the season. Oh goodness me, where's the racing point going? Well, off the track there, 3-second penalty there for Energetics, and it's just getting worse and worse now, isn't it? As I have condemned it to the commentator's curse. Go to the inside. Curly Red, he is up into his 5th position. He passes Sim, and he is away then. Good stuff from the Red Bull driver, fantastic, and he is away then. Corny's all over the back of Sean Hammers as well as they come up into the hairpin. Blast has dropped back. I'm surprised by that. Oh goodness me then, look at them, they're all over the back of each other at the moment as they come up the hairpin once again then. Sim is in 6th position, Tormoros in 7th position, and I think they're all as they were, and they're very calm up the hairpin then. Oh, and I had to take a breather then, goodness me. It's been an absolutely intense race, hasn't it? Just like yesterday as well. And we're just watching the battle for 2nd and 3rd position at the moment. The gaps are so close, isn't it? Look at this. Look at the amount of hacksaw away Con is having to do in this stage of the race. And he's got a 3-second penalty. Look at that. It's about inches, isn't it? So I say time and time again. And it really is, isn't it? That was a brutal 3-second penalty, isn't it? But I suppose the track is defined by those white lines, isn't it? On either side of the course. And so Con, the man who won Spain, then is he going to be able to win this race as well? At the moment, Gurman has got this very much in hand. It might come down to penalties with the safety car coming out so late. This potentially could ruin someone's afternoon or evening, perhaps. Then, as they come up the hill once again, then 5.5 seconds gap is now between Gurman and Sean Hammers. Then caught in 3rd position, Blas in 4th. Forza's up through. He's past the Renault, or is he? No, he hasn't. There's my Toro Rosso still in front. Oh, he's having a bit of a wobbly on there. I look at this, and you can see the rain is getting heavier. It's getting very dark out there, isn't it? Very dark indeed. Energetics is struggling. I'm not sure he's carrying damage or not in that house. But now Forza's up in the 7th position. He's showing some pace here in Austria, and he is through and up to 8th position. Energetics is really having to defend off the Ferrari, isn't he? Energetics is really struggling at this stage of the race. As you can see, the spray is getting taller and taller, isn't it? And as Mike has got by Ayrton, Ayrton's dropping down to 13th position as well. As Ayrton's a very strong race, unfortunately had problems there at turn 4, and which was a shame really, wasn't he? Up to that point he was doing an outstanding job, really was, wasn't he? As mechanics should say, Michael's in the same position as me every time I've been racing with Justin. As Justin has been was public enemy number 1 in qualifying, wasn't he? Unfortunately, he didn't get too far in the race, did he? I think he got by just past turn 1 perhaps, and that was it. Then 3.1 seconds. The gap is now on lap 34. No, we're on lap 35. Out of 36. This is the second to last lap here in Austria, and my goodness me, my voice is absolutely going now. It's absolutely going, and it's because we've had 3 intense races here in Austria and ALR. Oh goodness me, it's incredible, isn't it? So then we're on the 35th, hour 36 then. Sim is having to really struggle with momentum there, cut off the curb there. That is going to really cause him some problems then, because now Forza's alongside, and this is a great, incredible race for Forza in the latter stages of the race. So here in the intermediate conditions, he is on the outside, and Sim is on the inside. Oh, Sim is out to go over the curb, so he's also going to have troubles now with the Renault. Oh goodness me, he's forced him onto the grass there. Wow, that is so close, isn't it? And that is very close. They're giving each other just about enough room, and I'm loving it. Coming down into turn number 4 as well, and very much on the gearbox there. Oh, they're almost the same car. I could hardly see which one's which there, apart from the different colours, of course. As I've Sim in 7th position, Toro, my Rosso is 8th position, Energetics in 9th position there. 10th position is Lucius as well, and unfortunately Mason Steele down in 40th position is a gamble to throw on a set of fresh intermediate tires. It's not worked to his advantage in these final 7 or 8 laps, and what a shame then, what a shame indeed then. As we're just watching Energetics said as well, we've got a 3-second penalty there for Sim Racer. These penalties are going to come back to haunt someone, aren't they? Gurman is on the final tour of this Austrian Grand Prix. It's been absolutely fantastic, absolutely incredible, absolutely sensational, hasn't it? Here in Austria, we're now on 3.7 seconds. The deficit is Gurman is going to be, could potentially be our 3rd race race winner in 3 races then. But he has still got to navigate the intermediate 2 and intermediate 3 sections on this course. But he's been absolutely fantastic. He chose the right strategy. He stayed out where the wet wear was coming. That is absolutely genius, isn't it? Showing, oh, it's amazing. Steele's got past Ayrton, and Ayrton dropped down into 14th position in the but a very competitive race nonetheless there from Ayrton. But German then has been absolutely sensational, hasn't he? He has shown some class today, German has, and he could potentially be our 3rd race winner in 3 races in bronze then. My goodness, we've never had a double, we've never had the same man in pole position, we've never had the same man win a race then so far. This is the last corner, and German wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff, absolutely incredible, brilliant stuff. Sean Hammers has come through to finish 2nd. No, then Conn finishes 2nd. Sean Hammers in 3rd position. 4th position is Blas. Curly Red in 5th position. 4th, a brilliant 6th position yet. Energetics is now in Sim in 8th. Energetics of Toro Rosso in 10th. Dead Rabbit 11th. Mike in 12th. Amazing still in 13th. Ayrton in 14th position. Those are the final classification from the Austrian Grand Prix then. But here is the winner, the 3rd winner of bronze here, and it's been fantastic 3 races, hasn't it? What a success it has been so far here in bronze on Tuesday nights. Brilliant stuff. And German, I think that was a absolute clinic in strategy calling. Brilliant stuff from start to finish. And there he is, just receiving this trophy here at the Red Bull ring as well. I almost forgot he's in the Red Bull, didn't I? Goodness me, apart from the livery, kind of says it all, doesn't it? And he's even got Red Bull on his overalls. But well done to German, and he's been fantastic, hasn't he? Here at the Red Bull ring, the home of his team, and he is flying the team flag very high here tonight. And same as Simply with Curly Red. I was going to say from Curly Red as well, doing a fantastic job as well. And now then, as we come through, let's take a look at the final classification then from it was a beautiful sunny start to the Austrian Grand Prix, and then we had a bit of rain there, didn't we, towards the end then. Good stuff there from Amazing Stewart. Didn't have any penalties, but in the end it didn't get him any points, unfortunately then. So German won his 1st race in ALR bronze. A fantastic race today from 13th on the grid. Brilliant stuff. Conn finished 2nd in the end then. Sean Hammers also equally brilliant race there in 3rd position there. Blas in 4th. Curly Red is in 5th position. Forza 6th. Lucia 7th. Well done. 8th position Sim. 9th Energetics. 10th is Toro Rosso, still the best name I've ever heard. Dead Rabbit in 11th position. Amazing Steel 12th. Ayrton in 13th, and Mike 14th. Retirements was Maslets, Collins, Gooner, Cheyenne Velocity, and Just Be all retired from this Austrian Grand Prix. And I've actually been, I've actually delighted to say that I'm actually joined in the commentary box by the man who's won the 3rd race of the season. What a drive! And German, hats off, fantastic race.
Yeah, thank you. I lost my bit of my wing at the start, and I thought that was my race over, but it all played into my hands. Luckily, I don't know how.
I gotta say, actually, I think that the main point was your strategy calls today was absolutely phenomenal. I did hear a whisper that the rain was coming, but you timed that to absolute perfection.
Yeah, I broke too late just before I pitted, and I went off the track, and yeah, I thought I was done for then, but luckily I overtook Sean Hammers for 1st, and then just pulled away.
It really was. It was a fantastic race in the end as well. And unfortunately, a bit unlucky in Spain then. But today, there you've got your win. How are you feeling then for the rest of the season? Then surely you've got to be thinking about a title hunt now.
Yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence. 1st win, hopefully many more to come.
It's like breaking through that glass ceiling. Well done, fantastic stuff. I got to say that strategy call was absolutely immense, brilliant stuff indeed there. And of course, that was German's first race win of many, I have no doubt. And Conn now, who has won a race in that incredible race in Spain, is on the podium once again. Conn there, brilliant race today. I got to say, maybe you might have been a bit unlucky with the strategy calls and the rain coming. How did you see that race? You found yourself in the lead after all of the things were said and done. Did you were you quite surprised by that? Because I was quite surprised to see you up there after what was going on.
I was because my quality piece was shortened, but no, it wasn't too bad. I just couldn't get by sign at all. It was internet wasn't the best.
Even so, though, that's 2 podiums in 2 races now. And your consistency is really starting to might be the key factor in this championship. I know it's early days, we're only on round 3, but it's such a short championship. You need to be in there straight away, don't you?
Yeah, we have to get as much points as we can.
Really well done, Con. Fantastic drive again today. And second, he's had a first and a second so far. He's going to complete the set with third in Abu Dhabi. Well done, Con. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And let's come to... not a problem at all. And let's come to Sean Hammers now, who finished third. He was 16th on the grid today. It's a toss-up between himself and Gurman for driver of the day. But Sean, what a drive today. Was you expected to be on the podium after that qualifying? It really was. And I was saying that I think it was your strategy that really played well today, and I think that was definitely one of your strengths there. Was you just holding out for the wet weather to come, or was it just more luck?
Well, I don't know. I got to about lap, about 10, and Jeff started saying that it was going to rain in about 10 minutes. So I thought, because I think the leader started pitting at that point, so I thought, well, I'll stay out for now because I think they're on softs and I was on mediums. So I thought I'll stay out and just wait for the rain, basically. Yeah, so just wait for the rain, and it came perfect timing as well. Because the safety car came out, it did, and I came out in the lead. So couldn't have gone any better for me, really.
And towards the end, then you were very close there to maybe picking up your first win as well. Are you gutted about this result in the end, or do you feel that a podium's a good result?
Podium couldn't have been better, really. I mean, I was just shouting in joy, really. I didn't think it'd happen, and it did. So there's some good competition in this league as well. So really happy with that.
Really happy for you as well, and I think you might get driver of the day as well. I have no doubt about it's between you and Gurman. It's fantastic, brilliant stuff indeed. Well done, Sean. Fantastic, and thank you to all the other drivers out there tonight. So far, 3 good races from 3 races. My goodness me, I remember the good old days where I used to put my feet up on Tuesdays. Not anymore. We'll be back in 8 weeks' time. As we're in Abu Dhabi, of course. Sunday night is will be gold again. Then we go to silver on Monday night, and then we're back here for bronze on Tuesday. Well done to everyone that's joined. And of course, hats off to Farf, who has stepped in to take on the admin role of bronze. He's doing a brilliant job, isn't he? And I gotta say, I think he's gonna have such an easy time this league because it is amazing, isn't it? Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back on Sunday.